Alrighty. It is time for Valican Glands. Last, where we left off, our brave heroes had taken care of vicious statue stone dwarf creatures cursed on the river Ahethager. After slaying these, they learned that there might be more to the story, and that Alvis may need to confer with those above him in order to give them all the information. So he began, as he also talked about possibly vacating his daughters from Ragvar village. While this happened, our heroes stumbled upon Gondol, who had been abused, it seems, by the village. Having been kicked and tripped and thrown into the mud due to her lycanthropic disease. It raised questions, as it seemed that this all was kicked off by Chief Ravenavskar's decision to refuse her mead and to not drink it from her anymore, as well as refuse to pay her anything. Sitting in the dark, along with Gondor and the woman who is attempting to nurse her to health, things were made as it was revealed to our hairsayers that there are many who would rather see them in charge. So justice and truth and what's right could be the anthem of Ragval, but not this racism. So, it is with that, on that conversation, Asphalt in the room, maybe just walked in.
I do have a question real quick.
Yeah.
Based on the review. So the reviews, it sounded like that action did happen, correct? So before now, we've only gotten it as a story that she told to us.
Well, that's what's been told to you.
Okay, so we don't
have evidence.
Got it. Just making sure.
Yes.
Can I also ask a clarifying question about the review?
Please.
Who? So there's people who think who would be better in charge
All
instead
of you.
the chief. Oh God. Okay. All right. Got it.
The hairsayers.
Okay, so we did have a little bit of evidence that it did happen because she was beat up and her clothes were torn and she was dirty. So there is evidence.
Right. It wasn't merely a story. There is corroborated physical evidence to the story. And just what Gondol said what happened. Then also the other witness that was there said it happened. So it was two corroborations and physical thus far.
It was her who was mentioning that we should take over. The one who was beat up, correct?
Gotcha.
They both did.
They both did. Okay, cool.
The woman who's taking care of her is the other witness?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
they were very adamant about it. Too.
You do know her. Griff performed their wedding.
Yeah.
Got it. Another one of Griff's concubines.
No, he just performed the wedding. Didn't marry her.
Griff's getting around town is what I heard.
Uganda might be perpetuating something. Might not,
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So I walk into the room.
Yeah. Tiny's like sipping she just has one tiny cup of mead. She like
cola,
and she only drank half of it. But she only looks a little drunk, and she sees Asphalt walk in. And she's like, speak of the devil.
The devil? Asphalt, look around. Man, the energy in here is tense. Is everybody okay?
Please define okay, Asphalt.
Oh, boy. All right, well, is Gondol in here right now?
Yeah, I think so.
she's being taken care of by like Asa or something like that, or maybe I'm remembering the name.
Like a Sarah or something like that. But
This looks-
yeah, she is in the room.
Yeah, Gondo and Sarah are here.
Laceris, okay.
Sarah's here.
It looks pretty serious.
Yep. So where were you, Asphalt?
I was with the rocks.
Mm-hmm. Is that secret code for campaign meetings?
Campaign meetings for what? You're at all of those.
She downs a little bit more of her cola.
Tiny, are you okay? You're drinking kind of fast.
I can handle it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Whew.
Tiny's been spying on you, Asphalt, because apparently they know where you've been going.
Wait. What?
I wasn't spying. I was just keeping an eye on things, making sure you were okay.
Then why'd you ask where I was? You know exactly where I was.
I know. I just wanted to make sure you were on the up and up.
So less of okay and more of spying.
What the heck is going on here?
I've heard what they say about you, Asphalt.
Tiny is under the impression that you were trying to start a coup here. In other
I
words,
don't need any chickens. There's a
No, not
farm. Benna
not a-
has them.
not a coup. In other words, you want to be chief.
Oh. What?
Yeah,
Not this again.
which is exactly what I said. That I got really angry, and I'm still really angry with Tiny for all of a sudden doing this 180 of saying, "Oh, Asphalt will make a great chief," and she said that on many, many occasions, and she's encouraged you to at some point maybe you would be the chief. To this 180 of, "Oh, now Asphalt's trying to take over," which is totally untrue.
Well, wait a minute. But I mean... Well, Tiny, you must have your reasons. What's going on?
Well, I've overheard people talking around town. They talk about how you're how you should be chief.
Yeah, they heard you say so.
Well, I never said that. What I said was, see, there seems to be a lot of rumors going around about what I actually said. When we met, I told you that Cole said to me that you would make a really good chief after he met you. And I said, when I saw you and met you, that I could see why he thought so. I didn't mean that, you should just take over, but rather, wait till, the time is right and the chief has passed of natural causes and that we're all by his bedside.
Cue to 7 fast cuts of Tiny saying that she should be chief. That should be chief.
Oh,
Drink
so are you saying Cole was organizing a coup?
I don't know. Somebody's got it in their head, and I assumed it was you, Asphalt, because of those conversations. Because I certainly didn't go around telling people that, and I don't know who said it, but someone started getting people all riled up, and now we came here, and someone else wants someone to take over, and
I bet it's Sven. He's had it out for me since the beginning.
Finn? You mean the guy with the chief?
Yeah, that new bodyguard. Oh, he's so sus.
What did he do?
He just showed up. And I didn't like his energy. And Corgana caught him in a lie. And I went through his stuff and he had a poisoner's kit. And ever since he showed up, things have been going wrong and what's his name? Renolf said that magic items were going missing and now there's a coup.
Wait, magic items are going missing.
Well, I think that's what he said. He said that
No.
there was more stuff found in our last raid than that got returned to the clan. But it was a rumor that he heard, and somebody thought the chief was skimming from the top. But we squashed that rumor. But we
Jackie,
never
you
even-
weren't present for that session, if you're wondering.
Oh, okay.
But Tiny would have heard that too.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so
You were like, "What the?"
wait a minute.
Asphalt, there are still rumors that he's hoarding stuff.
I think somebody is running a smear campaign against our chief.
How dare you, Asphalt? Wait,
Wait,
I agree
what?
with you.
Oh yeah,
course.
Corgana, you're sitting. Your shoulders are tense, like you got something to say.
Oh no, I'm actually pretty loose right now because this is fucking hysterical to watch you both run through these circus wheels. But well, Tiny is to blame because I informed my opinion off of Tiny. Over the course of the summer, and when we got back and told the story about you, Asphalt, for everybody to go ahead and hear, and what we all did, but emphasizing your exploits to be seen a little bit higher, and perhaps to maybe drag the attention of Braggy to go ahead and say hello, because Braggy was looking for some company that night. I may have uttered the words War Chief here or there across people, and people seem to have stuck with that too. So, while you guys are pointing fingers back and forth, for some reason, people seem to listen to me a bit.
Wait, are you saying?
Aries can say it's true. I've heard Asphalt's name that they should take over now.
My God, and these horrible rumors that I'm gonna start a coup started from my own friends.
Wait, Corgana, hold on. What is going on? I thought Asphalt was starting the rumor. Now you're starting the rumor. From a rumor
Asphalt-
that Cole started, but we can't blame him because he's
Is
dead.
it a rumor or the desire of the people here?
They desire Asphalt?
I mean,
Whoa,
look at
whoa,
Asphalt.
whoa! Look. I'm just a simple lima bean, okay? I don't want to be no chief. I don't want to be president. Man, I just do what the chief tells me.
And if your chief told you, Asphalt, to go ahead and abuse or neglect people because they're different?
Well, no. I don't think our chief would ever do that.
No, of course not.
Of course not.
As Gondol kind of looks down at her ripped clothes, and she's interesting. You don't seem to accept what's right in front of you.
Well, we don't deny that somebody hurt you, and we don't deny that that person said they were working for the chief. But as we've seen here today, there's a lot of rumor mills going on at this camp. And I don't know where they all started from, but I think the best source of information is the chief himself.
The question is, can we get him away from Sven?
Yeah, we can.
I mean, I could put him in. I could make sure that he's 6 feet under and away from the chief if you'd like. But Tiny, you've already didn't like that idea.
I was the one in favor of violence earlier. I don't know why you're coming after me.
Because if you backed me on the ship, I would have thrown him overboard. That's why, Tiny.
Well, that was different.
How?
Because the chief liked him.
Oh, so if the chief likes these people but not Gondol, that's okay, and so then we can't go ahead and perpetuate violence against them? Do you see
No.
where the incongruence on your
I'm not
logic
saying
is?
anything. All I'm saying is we don't know who left the order. It could have been Sven or it could have been somebody else. But until we actually talk to these people, we're not going to figure anything out. And now that I know Asphalt isn't actively trying to overthrow the chief, which makes me feel better.
Tiny, I think we're gonna have to talk about this later.
I'm talking to the cola.
I actually don't know if going to the chief is gonna tell us anything new. I mean, if the chief is telling the truth, he's gonna say he didn't do it. If he's lying, he's gonna say he didn't do it.
Well, I'm a pretty good judge of who's lying.
Evidence tonight kind of suggests otherwise.
Could we not just track down the actual physical people who did this to Gondol?
Well,
Yeah,
my-
actually.
My thought was, and Gondol, I know that this puts you at risk, but was to have you deliver more mead tomorrow and be hidden while it's being delivered and see what happens for ourselves, so that way we can apprehend people in the moment.
Gorgana, see, I knew we were friends. You're thinking exactly what I was thinking.
And then we kill them all.
Well, okay, maybe not quite exactly. But, you know, I see where you're going with it.
I mean, if it
See,
turns out they hurt her, then I think that's a reasonable reason to exalt violence. But we know what the law says.
Right, I was going to say, don't we have to have the lawbringer present?
We could just simply make sure that she's there at the same time and problem solved? Question mark?
Well, do we risk not being able to slowly unweave the braid of lies if we do it so publicly?
Oh. Well, it's nighttime.
I think that we don't have to. At some point, it's going to have to be made public. But I think we need to get to the bottom of where this started, and to start
Yeah.
with that process, we need to see who all's involved.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, unfortunately, that puts us in a tough position of asking Gondol to do something that is not fair to her.
There may be one other way.
Okay, what might that be?
We could use magic to disguise ourselves to look like Gondol.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Tiny. Obviously, we're friends.
According to Bjork's logic, yes. If we think the same, we're friends. There is one problem with this plan, though. I don't possess that kind of magic.
Oh shit! Well, yeah, me neither.
Well, it was a good idea.
Well, I mean, Bjork, stand up straight and here, put this cloak on.
Okay.
Are you guys about the same height?
There's something about the lack of scaly features.
Oh no, she'll put on the hood. She'll put on the hood.
We could do some makeup.
And the tail.
We could make one of those.
I'm more likely to be mistaken for Gondol than Bjorg is.
Okay, if you're volunteering.
I've always wondered how I'd look in a corset.
Well, today's the day to find out.
But
Am
how
I
are we going to
hearing-
change?
Makeover montage.
Yes.
Learning more about your man there.
Gorgano had the my man, your man comment. Look, so.
Every 80s movie montage.
But where are we going to get the coloration to change my scales?
What color do we need?
I am silver. She is bronze.
Oh, that's easy.
That's easy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I am ignorant in the ways of makeup in this regard.
They said they can tell the truth from the lie. Does that mean they believe we are lying? I think so.
No, we're not saying that. We need to know who's on the naughty and who's on the nice list, and so that way we can address the naughty list in a more inclusive package, is what I believe that Tiny and Asphalt want to address.
We
May
believe
not.
that something terrible is afoot here, and something awful happened to you. We don't think you're lying. We think maybe somebody has lied to you.
Think of it like this. Imagine someone walking and getting hurt and beat up and really, really messed up by this person on the street. And then that person on the street said it was all because of Gondel. And we went to confront you and attack you without investigating. The law has to work.
Well, they're not.
It's not that we don't believe you. We just have to do an investigation, or else we're no better than a tyrant.
Sometimes it's good to be a tyrant.
Did Hist perchance do a check of like residual magic around when we found you, Gondel?
I don't believe so. No, he didn't.
Okay. Well, I don't have access to those ancient rituals.
Actually, I do think he tried to see if it was illusions, and it's not
Okay.
an illusion.
Okay.
He did do things like to make sure there wasn't like some magic faking this
I see.
Oh yeah, I remember.
physically, and that came back that there wasn't, and that she actually was Gondel. Like there was some things along those ends.
Yeah. Because we also have the ghost of an angry elf brother or something that can possess people on the loose.
This was more than a singular person, Asphalt. It was everybody present, according to Gondel.
Well, yeah, but say you possess the chief. When the chief says people do.
Wait a minute. Has Finn ever made any announcements on behalf of the king? I mean, the chief.
Sorry, wrong game.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
He's
I would say
most-
the most official is this report that they would have refused the mead and that it wasn't. That was like the most that you've ever heard of them speaking or saying anything for the chief. But you do know he's been promoted to like the right hand bodyguard, so he would have certain authority
Okay.
because of that elevation in his position.
I hate this guy. I have no reason to, but I do.
Which even means like it wouldn't be a bodyguard like that. It wouldn't be odd for them to like sit in the room while the chief sleeps. So they're like the access is high amount of access.
How do I feel like Brad Dourif is playing this character? All right.
Well, I think without a clever enough disguise, we just need to go there and maybe talk to Sven first. See what we can find out about him. I did save his life once. Maybe he'll feel compelled to, take me under his wing.
How about we simplify this first? How about I deliver some mead from Gondel and specifically see what just even the knee-jerk reaction is.
While the rest of us are hiding in sight.
I mean, you guys can be outside, but I'm a bit of a loner, an outcast, and apparently the man of Gondel, according to rumors and speculation. Yeah, maybe we see what happens if I deliver something and see if I get even a inkling of it, or maybe they decide that they want to make me a target, because that's always ended up well for other people, right?
I worry that it will. I mean, because of these people that are. Oh wait, no, I'm getting myself confused. Yeah. Okay. Don't listen to me. I didn't even speak. Rewind.
Can we borrow some of your need, Gondol, to test this hypothesis?
It's still in the carts outside.
I can sneak in ahead of time. That way there's one other person in there. I mean, I would think that it shouldn't be that big of a deal for me to be in there wanting to have a drink with the chief in it.
If you can do it and not get caught, but people might act differently if there's multiple hearsers and you do get caught or noticed. And I can get myself out easily if things get ugly, Bjorg. I can't speak for you in that regard.
Well, I mean, I can sneak in,
Okay.
hide in a corner.
Your call, but that's my thought to start things off, just so we have a general ballpark of what things are like in there and who to have eyes on.
I will just point out that once we acknowledge that we know what's going on with Gondol, we won't be able to pretend that the Hersers don't know what's going on, I guess. It's tipping our hand that we're already involved, rather than if we pretend it's Gondol, they might still act like there are no Hersers involved. I just bringing it up.
It's possible, but I'm also known to spend a lot. That's why I'm saying I go in by myself, because I'm known to spend time with Gondol just in general and doing her a favor. Which is why I'm saying just me, and it's a me thing and not a Herser thing.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But Bjork, I do think you should still go, but be sneaky. Don't be seen.
All right.
Okay. So this is Kurgana and Bjorg.
Yes.
Bjorg sneaking.
On the morrow was when more people are present and it's safer for the horses. My thought, the same sort of thing, like the same thing that they were doing earlier in the day. Like to just repeat what happened, because it was during the day, right? That it happened.
It was. I mean, so you want to go during the day?
When there's, well, would I know that they would be more likely to be packed at this time of the evening, or
It would be less packed.
Yeah, I would want to do it then during the day.
Okay. Got it.
And yes, Bjorg is being sneaky.
Okay. So, how is Bjorg going to do the sneakery?
Okay, so is this in the chief's?
Yeah, so would be in Raffenheim. So ultimately, yeah, whether you're trying to, so if you're just outside in the general area, this, is one thing, and then as you're trying to get in, if it's as crowded, in other words, the crowd's going to make the sneaky part harder, right?
Right. But there are people constantly coming and going, and there is probably someone who takes care of his place, right?
Yeah. So that's why I was asking, how do you want to do this?
Yeah. So I would sneak in as like someone who's.
So you'd like be a servant, basically.
Yes.
That'd be somebody who would take care of stuff, looking like an employee of the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. I like it. In that case, All right, then. So it's just the two, or the rest of you there, hanging back.
Where is Sven? Is he where they're going?
He would be
Okay.
in the daytime, because it sounds like all of you are going to take a night here. So we are fast forwarding like 8 hours.
Tiny might ask Asphalt if they're interested in, because Tiny doesn't really fully know what's going on. I think she wants to have a conversation with Sven. I just don't know how to go about making it happen, because it's not something meant to, destroy what the group is doing. I'm just trying to see if there's an opening anywhere in the town or something where she can that night just ask questions.
I mean,
Or not even ask questions, mostly just get a read on the guy.
yeah, I mean, I think you would say that he is like around Raffensheim at night. So if you wanted to find him in that area, he doesn't really leave Raffensheim too much, if at all.
So yeah, she would ask Asphalt if she wants to accompany her, just to be within close vicinity of this guy. Not so much to interact with him, unless he like interacts with us, and certainly not to ask questions, because we're not trying to let him in on anything. But to see if what he's up to, or see if he wants to talk to us, since that night, I feel like Tiny feels like he might view her differently because she did step in and intervene that one time for him.
Yeah, but do you think my presence there will undercut that? Because Corkana said that I'm the one who sent Corkana to kill him.
What do you think of that?
Maybe this should be a solo thing. Maybe I'll just hide on you as a little spider.
Oh yeah. That way, in
Okay.
case he tries to kill me.
Yeah. You won't be alone. Okay, great. All right, I'm a
Can you
little
talk
spider.
to me when you're a spider?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and as a note, have you chosen all your forms for Asphalt?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, you're the tiny little bitty spider. As you go, and you can see here at night there are a few just kind of not a huge amount of people going back and forth, just very lightly. Some coming home or going out for the evening, but or just relaxing. Others seem to almost be praying at where the ship was set to blaze, the ship of the dead. But outside of the main area where the chief rests, you do see Sven, who's sitting, eyes out, aware as people pass by. Moments where no one's quite going by, he seems to be absentmindedly sharpening his short sword.
Okay, so I think Tiny's gonna set up so she's kind of like passing by him while kind of just enjoying the walk, and just as she's kind of passing him, kind of look over and give him a smile and a nod, and
As you do, they will immediately stand up, sheath their blade as they go, "Here, sir."
oh, no need for that. I just wanted to. Well, I'm glad I saw you. I haven't seen you in a while, and I know that you're doing a lot of good work and keeping our chief safe, which is super important to me. And just wanted to say we're really happy to have you here.
It is my honor to serve Ragfall and the chief, the
Did-
great
did I ever
warrior
tell
he
you-
is.
Did I ever tell you about how I met the chief?
No, I don't think you have, here, sir.
Well, a long time ago, I was, I forget the word for it, but let's just say I was I literally forgot the word for it.
Thrall?
Thrall. I was a thrall over in Clan Orkum, and met a guy there named Cole. He was a hairsayer, and he brought me in, and he was friends with the chief, and they basically gave me my freedom here. And I guess I was always used to serving somebody, so it was pretty easy for me to serve the chief. He's a good guy. I don't know about your own past or anything, but if you're looking for someone who's worth guarding, then just know that the work you're putting in is incredibly important.
Of course. Need to keep the Raven fed and safe so that they can lead these people to greatness.
I'd like to do an insight check to see if he's just coming up with random crap to tell me, or if there was any meaning
Sure.
behind those words.
Give me insight.
19.
19. Yeah, he's fairly seems to mean them.
You said the Raven.
Hmm.
What does that mean?
Oh, of course. It's my accent. I apologize. The word you all say Raffen, we say Raven.
Oh,
So he's the Raven of Scare. The one that came in and brought death to his enemies.
where you came on board with us, did they treat you badly there?
Oh no. I was a merchant. I did pretty well for myself, but for the chance to be among the warrior clans.
A merchant? That sounds exciting. What kinds of stuff did you sell?
I assure you it was not, but
Oh.
many things. You'll kind of list various goods that he sold.
Wow. I guess I have sort of this this storybook view of merchants. I once heard a story that was read to me by Cole, and he wasn't a very good reader, but he would sometimes talk about this one merchant who would travel the mountains and all the different places he would see and all the different people and cultures he would meet, and it just always sounded kind of romantic. I guess the real thing's probably not so much.
You do get to see many things, I'll say that, but it's also very dangerous. You're relying on many for your safety. But they're not... Well, they're not your friends. They're not the people you fight with. If things get too dangerous, you're fairly sure they would leave you. Not like the camaraderie you all have.
Is that how you heard about the Ruffin of Scare?
I heard of his many battles,
Oh, wow.
and then I got to witness him.
Oh, yeah.
That was like seeing a god.
Yeah, exactly that. I thought the same thing. I mean, I didn't get to see him as much because I was in a different part of the battle, but he inspires people, you know. You seem really well read. I wish I was.
Well, I'm not as good as you in a fight, so take that as consideration.
Oh, I doubt that very much. I think you could probably take me.
I only wish to not one as skilled as you, hopefully. Honestly, I believe my role mostly is to delay while people get better help, but the chief seems to value me nonetheless, and I'm only grateful for that.
Insight check.
Okay.
Ooh, 23.
23? I mean, seems like he intends on guarding the chief.
Interesting.
That's what he said he wanted to do. He said he wants to do that.
I think Tiny believed him now. So, what is that? 23. She felt like she had a really good read on him.
Okay, well.
Just
by
be
the
clear,
way-
if you get a natural 1, you still think you have a good read on him.
I know. Well, I just wanted to, touch base with you because I know we didn't get to talk a lot when you first came in, and I just didn't think it was right the way we kind of were all suspicious that night, and I'm glad you're here.
Just forgiven, though, the chief recommended I don't leave Raffensheim without him, given the zealousness of you and your friends.
Hey, it's like I say, you always have to be careful when you're the chief, and thankfully Cole taught me right. Always be loyal.
Indeed, it's that loyalty. It's important, even when you don't agree.
I agree.
I-
Well,
Whatever the chief does, I am his protector, keeper of both him and any secrets. It is an important thing.
I see. Well, it was nice talking to you, Sven. I hope I see you again for another chat some night, maybe.
Indeed.
Can Asphalt, having been eavesdropping, insight
Yeah.
check that last statement there? Or that
Sure.
last thought?
Yeah.
21.
21. I would say 21. You definitely feel like he was trying to communicate something.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I mean, I felt that too, but I was like, I've already rolled, and so I feel like
Mhm.
Yeah, I
kinda
think
get
that was
that.
fair. I think that was a good.
Yeah.
That was a good thing. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Sven, and hope to see you again soon. And if you ever hear about any orc lady asking about me and whether or not I'd be a good match for one of her sons, just put in a good word, okay? Thank you.
That's all she talks about.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks.
One day her son will be married to a Herso, a future chief, all these things.
Future chief. Huh.
Well, it's not unusual
Yeah.
for a chief goes old and eventually goes to the hereafter, or they appoint beforehand.
Exactly. Well, this was a very enlightening conversation. Thank you.
I will make my leave.
Let's be safe.
And I just whisper to Asphalt when we're out of range.
You hear that, Asphalt? I might be chief one day.
Asphalt comes down on a little web hanging from one of Tiny's earrings, like a dangly earring, and she'll whisper back to you.
That whole interaction was so strange, man.
I thought he was nice.
What the heck did he mean at the end there? What secrets does the chief have? Why would you have to stay loyal even if you don't agree?
Well, he's probably hearing all these rumors too, and I'm wondering if he's not trusting us. I feel like we're all just getting... Maybe we're all just being pointed at each other and there's nothing actually going on. What if that's happening?
Oh, there's something definitely going on. Gondol was beat up.
I know. And now I'm really confused because what if that's what it is though? What if the chief isn't the one who made the order? What if it was someone else and they wanted us to think that so that we would attack the chief, and the chief is already suspicious of us because they're feeding him the same information about us. And we're all just being pitted against each other, just like me and you were pitted against each other because of Cardana.
Yeah. Well, no. Somewhere in there we disagree. We agree mostly.
All right. Well, hopefully the others have some luck tomorrow.
Yeah.
I will get us out of rain so you can go back to being asphalt and then make our way back.
Yeah. No, I think I just stay a spider for now. I think
Oh.
I swing from your ear, and then I go, hey, hungry? Can I get some food?
All right. Then we'll go to the next day as Kurgana has arrived. And for now, it's so Bjorg. I think let's go ahead and just give a stealth check to kind of just be not noticed as a hairsayer walking into Raffenstein.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Just kind of on the DL. And so in that case, Kurgana, you come taking, having the big thing of mead.
With Gondel's cart and all is a big
Yes.
sign making sure that it's very clear as to where it's from.
Indeed. You do see Sven is, well, I say right now, I think you'd see that some of the guards there see this and send a kind of look, send someone in. By the time you arrive, Sven is there. So, as he simply says, do we have a delivery?
We do. I heard there were some complications in its delivery yesterday.
Yes, I was asked to be over some of this, and we felt that we could not accept it. But if a hairsayer vouches, then we don't have a problem.
Why does it require a Herser to vouch for it?
Well, just from given the merchant experience, just seemed that something that we should find Arteria. Just a decision. Being over the king's food and wine, I simply made a decision, and however, I am subservient to the Hersers. So, if they can override my decision, that's fine.
Huh, I mean, if you're so worried about him, you could just fucking drink it first. Everyone else doesn't.
I am not impeding your delivery, sir. As he just he opens up the tent.
Yes, but you seem to have know about the impediment as of yesterday.
Of one of the merchants, who, as more merchants are set to come in the weeks, I was just been put in charge of some oversight.
And that oversight included allowing people to trip and harangue one of the people of this village?
That if that occurred, I'm sorry to hear that. I was outside of my refusal of the product. I certainly did no such thing.
Of course you wouldn't get your fucking hands dirty. And Korgana will make sure that it gets pushed in. If Korgana was bigger, they'd think about accidentally running into Sven, but they're not. They're not a big person, and so we'll go ahead and deliver.
Yes, he goes, please mark that the Hersers have spoken for the quality and safety of the meadery.
Huh. Again, if you're so paranoid, Sven, you could drink it yourself first before giving it to Raffen. As is your job.
As I'm sure. I'm confused, Herser. Are you saying that this is a suspect, and yet you think it should be in the chief's soma?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you think that, and if that's such a concern of yours, then you should go ahead and drink some first. And additionally, there's nothing that's preventing us after it's left from here from somebody else tampering with it. So don't fucking try to play that fucking bullshit.
As you say, Herser.
Corgana's hand starts eking backwards, and then just have a good day, Sven.
Okay. Anything for Bjorg? So we'll say you successfully are around for this.
No, because I don't want to give away that I am there, but I am definitely listening to what is going on, and I'm watching the reactions of the other people in the area.
Yeah, so the people in the area, the read is that Sven's been very polite, and that Kurgana's come in with a big chip on his shoulder and is kind of taking it out, and people are a little like, it's kind of like someone who's kind of unhinged, or someone who's being very calm and polite.
Okay.
By the way, are there more people in this room now that I've entered than when I started in the room as I'm in here?
I mean, there's a few guards, but again, you're like being very loud, so it is kind of coming out of the.
Sure, but are there more people, especially of the armed variety? That
No.
Okay.
No. And you would get that, like, I think Organa, with your thing, because you're not new to any of this. He knows that would be not a good thing to do.
Oh, yes.
Like, not even just for this, but just for, it's just making, the more that there's not extra people in here, it makes the louder you are, the better for him. Because he's not increasing a threat. The only person increasing a threat is you.
Sure.
You're beginning to read it.
But people also recognize that I'm a little bit unhinged anyway in the first place. So sometimes. So okay, but yeah, Corgana will leave their way out, and was loud enough to at least make a few points loud enough for other people to hear. Whether they were good or not is a different story, but, if something happens to the chief, there are other possibilities of explanation to what happens if they're from drink. So, and Corgana will head back with the cart.
All right, and he did make sure the payment was given.
Yep. Okay.
Just as a note. And other than that, Bjorg, you kind of see they take it to the barrels of liquor and wine, and they put it with the rest. And it seems, other than that, it's processed successfully.
But it is marked, yes? Like the barrel itself?
The barrel, it bore the marks of the meadery, yeah.
Okay.
Like it already did, because of how it was delivered. So, all the things in here have a mark from wherever it was gotten that said who they bought it from. So, all right. Anything, Bjorg?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang around a little bit longer just to see. Now that Corgana has left, just to see how they react now and any conversations I might hear.
Sure. For the most part, it seems steady, though he does begin to go to the chief's area. So I would need a deception check if you wish to come off as a servant who is supposed to be in that area during this conversation.
Okay. Are there any inspos in chat?
Yes, because it's less about being noticed and more about being noticed for someone else.
Right. So I'm going to use one of the inspirations. I got a 14.
14. Okay.
Just so you know, I know that I have distinctive hair, so I would have tied it up and covered it up.
So as you're there, you hear Rothin say, and you see him sitting. What was that all about? Of course, my chief. Is given the authority you gave me for the goods and our alcohol. I had refused a shipment from the meadery, thinking it best, given some of the rumors around, to distance ourselves in case they were true. Hersa Kargana, and I'm sure the others, found that to be an error. Thus being informed, I readily accepted the delivery, gave them the full payment, and they seemed, let's say, to decide that they were going to have a grudge over the matter, but that is part of my service to you, especially if I can shield you from such things yourself. And Avin nods. Well, it's not for me to second guess what I've put the decisions you make. Well, you're in charge of what I've given you, just like the Hairstairs. So, I am. It is good that you understand the importance of their voice and heeding it. So good job. And, we should definitely make sure you stay enough in time, unless you're with me. In case, well, they're swayed by some of the rumors. Indeed, sir. Then very quickly, as he comes by, Ruffin kind of gets up and walks towards you, Bjorg, and goes, that is not the way you were to set out those plates. Everyone out of here, why school this one? And as everyone leaves, what are you doing, Bjorg?
My job, Chief.
Explain.
So, not only was her mead refused and payment refused, she was beat up on her way out.
By Sven, or my men?
By your men. On whose authority, I don't know.
Okay, I want to be clear. You are adding the by his men part?
Oh, by whoever was in the room when it was delivered.
So they're talking about on their way back was her story. The villagers on her way back to the
that was not what I got either, Matt, from the way you told the story.
Okay, cool. So we're clarification. Perfect.
Oh, okay. By the villagers.
Let's see. Did they outright? So they attacked her.
Well, it was the bump into her, stick a foot out.
So she felt she was attacked by these things.
When I saw her afterwards, she was all caked in mud and she had some bruises and scratches. Her clothes were torn.
So the evidence is she did in fact trip and get hurt. And she is assuming intent. Yes.
Or she's not assuming intent and she knows what she feels. There is a witness as well that this happened, that she did not trip on her own.
Indeed. Was her goods damaged?
Not that I'm aware of, but she did not get paid for them.
Which has been rectified, yes.
For today, I'm not sure about yesterday.
Yeah. Well, Please check on that then and let me know. If she is owed something for that, I will gladly make sure if we have caused her to have a canceled shipment. But if we have paid for the shipment that was promised, then it seems that is rectified. If you can have evidence of the intent of those that either tripped her or she tripped over, bring that to Asa, and she will rectify such things. You mentioned she had scrapes and bruises. If they damaged her belongings, she is owed a recompense as per the law, and Asa would handle such things.
Okay. And like I said, I am just doing my job. I'm trying to get to the bottom of a situation, and unfortunately it led me into here.
Which tells me you're investigating me here, sir.
Well, I guess no, not necessarily you. More on the lines of the influence Sven has around here.
You mean around and on me?
Well, there is that possibility, but we've already discussed that with you. As we have with the rumors of you hoarding things.
Indeed.
But we are trying to figure out where some of these rumors are coming from. So that's going to require us, or me in some instances as this, to be in places where people may not want me to be.
I can accept this, here, sir.
I still believe that you are a good chief. I still think that you have a good heart. You have not done anything out of the ordinary for me to think otherwise. And I don't want you to think that I am investigating you, but sometimes it's going to put me in your line of sight, and you may not want me to be there for what I have to find out. I will
just be aware you are playing a dangerous game.
I am well aware of that, and it's not really one I want to play, but I figure as for the betterment of the clan that sometimes I have to do it.
I understand. What I want to be clear about is what you do outside of your clear purview can come back in ways you don't intend it to. Be careful.
I understand, and I will. I'm not going to put myself or you or the clan in unnecessary harm, in the way of unnecessary harm.
Also, next time, the cup goes on the right and the fork on the left.
Yes, sir. And I duck my head and quietly sneak back out. Actually, what I would like him to do is actually yell at me so people think I'm getting scolded.
All right. It does. You incompetent! Right in front of me, you can't do it right.
I bow my head and I kind of scurry out of there like I'm ashamed, keeping my head down so people can't see that it's me.
All right.
And of course, I go wherever I go home and change. Stealthily, I go home so people don't see that.
That's easy enough.
And then I go to where we decide we're going to meet.
Building asphalt spider a little home in the sand.
I've got head out, 2 of my 8 arms out, hanging.
Amazing. All right. Then, where would you all like to meet then?
Not at the bar again. Maybe we can meet at one of our huts, tents, homes, Cole's house, the old cabin.
We could go check on the wolves.
Yeah,
we're good.
The prismatic wolves serving Gormajog? Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
exactly. Who would suspect us there?
Bah.
Well, you know, we do want to make sure that they're still getting enough food.
Well, they are. I make sure to feed them. And
At least I have it in my notes that I feed.
you're just gone all summer.
No, I have to go. But I remember when we did this, I made a note, and then I carried it over to Tiny.
Yeah. I was just saying you were gone all summer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think I left somebody in charge of that, though.
You
I remember
did.
I left one of the people in charge of that. I can't remember who it was.
And now it's a kobold that's feeding them.
Yep. So you see, of course, Tiny, you had seen this before technically, but to redo their hair has been dyed in prismatic colors. They wear these fabric amulets as they protect this Garmajog kobold cave.
I go up and I hug the wolves.
They return, they kind of, they still recognize you as friendly.
I miss you all. You make life so simple.
You do see, you smell the soup that is usually in the cave is being made, and not the whole thing, just a kobold or two kind of goes, "Get the soup. We will serve in the village. More will come to know of the Great One."
What?
This is a cult that you guys said had access to the village and
Oh,
was allowed
okay,
to
okay.
proselytize.
You were not
Okay.
here. It was. They got to continue doing their thing. We got
That's cool.
to bring the people that were missing
You know
back
what's
home.
going on.
Just explaining what there was.
But yes, you can have your conversations.
Just a bit of a lore review. Gormadrog is chaos? Or what's Gormadrog's whole thing?
The sleeping worm that was defeated by the heroes, the Valaka, will one day rise and encase the earth in ice.
Okay,
And
but
the-
what's their, value, I guess? Is it just that they're going to encase the earth in ice? Is
Yeah,
it like
dude.
death?
Yeah, death to eat the world and everything.
Got it. Perfect.
And to that, the clans other than Regval give thralls to be torn apart and murdered and tortured and sacrificed in their name every year.
To the prismatic circle, which Kragana has made mention of and not a fan of.
Yeah.
And so this is the beginning of an outpost of that.
Well, Sven checks out. He seems pretty kind, and
He's an
was trying to-
asshole.
he was trying to tell us something.
Yeah.
And he said something about waiting for something, guarding until I don't remember. I don't think it was that important. But he was a merchant. Go ahead, Asphalt.
Yeah. We knew that he was a merchant. He was talking about how it was important to, remember the chief despite any rumors we might be hearing, and that he was gonna stay by the chief, and yeah, he kind of he was doing that thing where he was saying stuff as just kind of he wanted us to understand that he meant kind of something else, although it wasn't super duper clear. But I don't know, maybe he's protecting the chief from something.
That's what
I
get
don't-
the
I
feeling
just-
still.
I mean, we're back in this cave and I was wrong about the soup, Could I be wrong about Sven?
Well, I think that what we learned about Sven was that I do think he was trying to tell us something, but I don't think he felt like he could say it out loud. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's on our side. What'd you all want?
Bjorg, since I'm the likely to be the biased opinion on this matter, how about you put yours on the table first?
But I still don't trust Sven. And the chief has given him some duties. What exactly those duties are, I'm not sure. So Sven was the one that made the decision to refuse the mead.
Why?
Well, I think it had to do with rumors of her being a monster, and then it could look bad if they were purchasing stuff from her.
Rumors of her being a monster? You mean because of the werewolf stuff?
Yes. Because she's different.
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to be the only ones who knew about that. I mean, should we track down how that rumor got out? Maybe that would give us some clarity.
So he did say monster.
No, I don't think he said monster.
What did he say?
Well, he just said that they refused her wares because of rumors.
They think she's unsafe, or something about her is unsafe. And some of this issue started coming about over the summer while we were gone, Asphalt. Like, people started becoming estranged and distant from them then. I mean, it could have been something just a simple thing as the way her father started treating her differently, because her father's remaining distant under the guise of, I need to be able to provide for you should the meadery not turn out, sort of thing. So, like, there's 6,000 different ways this could have come about.
Okay, so there is the possibility then. So it's at least something we should consider looking into. Not the monster thing, but if there's another reason why she's not being trusted with delivering stuff to the chief, we should know about it. So maybe we can find out whatever that is. And then we'll know whether or not Sven's being up and up about it, or if this is...
Okay, but if they're concerned about things being delivered to the chief, it should not just be one merchant. It should be all merchants. Because if he's worried that someone is a threat to the chief, it should be people outside of the clan, not people in the clan.
Unless they're talking about the rumors of the coup. Do they think she's involved?
No, I don't think so.
Well, there is the issue that we should consider, at least, because when she brought up what happened to her, I hate to bring it up again, but she was very quick to mention that we should take over. And she kept repeating it. She brought it up like 4 or 5 times every time we got off the topic.
Tiny. So, if she's being mistreated because they're different, how long do you think it's going to be before all of us are mistreated for being different?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't know anything. All I'm saying is this is another lead. I don't know why we would dismiss a lead. I think we should keep all the leads open.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we're just going to look at this very narrow-mindedly and come to the wrong conclusion.
Oh, because you haven't done that at all. But what is it
I'm as guilty as anybody, Corgana. The only difference is I'm admitting it.
So what is this lead that you want to keep open? Possibly that they just want us to believe that we should be taking over?
No, my concern is, where did this thought come from? Is this something she's picking up from the rest of other people? Are they in her ear? Or is this something that she just thought, hey, maybe you all should take over. And I would get it if she just brought it up once and then let it rest, but she did keep bringing it up when we talked to her. Anytime we got off the topic, she was quick to bring up again, hey, maybe one of you should be in charge. And I just thought it was a little weird. Maybe it's nothing. You could be right. It's nothing, but it's a possibility, and it is a lead.
If you had been beat up, I'd want the heads of whoever beat you up or might have been involved with getting you beat up on a pike just as quickly, Tiny.
Well, me too. But that doesn't mean that there's not something there.
I agree that there is the possibility, but there's a lot of people who already were questioning the chief just because of the hidden relics or hidden spoils from our raiding season that the chief has. So it could just be a snowball effect off of that.
Could be.
Obviously.
I agree.
But go ahead.
I still think we could answer some of our questions by tracking down the people who actually beat her up.
Yeah. That would be the first people to... Now, if anybody is... because let's face it. If anybody put hands on her, then those are the people we should be talking to first, right?
That is what I think.
I think we should beat the fuck out of Sven, because if he hadn't refused her goods and gave her some public fucking endorsement, then people wouldn't have thought to just fucking that she's free fucking game.
I don't think we can blame Sven unless we have evidence that he actually instilled the riot.
He told them that they couldn't trust their goods, but yet we have merchants coming from her father in a couple weeks, and those are okay, so we can trust foreigners, but not those that fucking live here.
I don't know. I'm not making these choices, and also I get the feeling that the chief really likes him, and while it's easy to dismiss that as, hey, maybe he's up to no good, or maybe he's trying to influence the chief, there's another possibility. And I brought it up to Asphalt earlier, but what if these same rumors are getting to the chief? I've seen a lot of us starting to question the chief lately. And what if he's starting to question us from those same types of things? And there's a whole other source out there that's pitting us against each other to destroy the whole tribe.
Yeah, I was thinking a little bit more about that, Tiny. For all of our raiding over the summer, we brought new people here. How certain are we that, when you spoke to them, Corgana and Bjorg, that, they did sort of switch their loyalties over? Could this kind of be like a long game where, like, one of the other clans from the summer are gonna stage a retaliatory attack over the winter, and they already have the seeds planted in our garden, kind of a thing?
I thought about that. It's a possibility. It was my first initial reaction that this was my fuck up, and that we shouldn't have brought so many people home. But this has been going on since the summer for Gondal, at least, with their mistreatment.
What about the elves?
I mean, the new people wouldn't have anything to do with that, but...
No, but what if the elves have influence here? Remember how they snuck in that one time and paralyzed our guards?
That was while we were raiding from a different one of the cities.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But still, the elves hate me, at least, and I know they don't like us. It's possible they have something to do with this, too. That's a whole other thing.
And why would people who have killed our own, why would our clansfolk just start trusting them randomly?
I don't think they would.
So I don't think that's where this is coming from, at least directly. But
not to racially profile, but what species is Sven?
Human.
Okay.
But he is a foreign merchant, and so how? Oh no, we can't trust homemade goods, but the foreign merchant wants to allow foreign goods to be okay here, but not the stuff that's made locally.
Which is what I said just a few minutes ago.
This conversation is really weird.
Would it be better if you got to ride one of the prismatic colored wolves for a little bit, Tiny?
No, I don't know what's going on. None of us knows what's going on, and I'm just worried because I don't want us to make the wrong choice. if we take action against Vin and it turns out Vin was actually a good guy the whole time, and then the chief's not going to trust us anymore because we destroyed a really good person, I mean, we don't know anything. I haven't seen any actual thing other than the fact that he has access to poison, and that doesn't necessarily make him bad. It just means he's good at poison. I asked him to tell me about some of the stuff he used to sell. I don't think he said poison, but maybe he dabbles.
I do think Tiny is right in that whether or not Sven is good or bad, in the chief's eyes, Sven is good. So if we take action at this time, whether we're right or wrong, the chief will not understand. I think we do need more evidence before, we try and do anything about it. Gorgana. Excuse me.
Are you trying to tell me that I should take care of it without you all being associated with me?
No, Gorgana, no. That is the opposite reading.
I just think if we're going to...
That's why I asked for clarification.
We just need evidence, right? We need like undeniable something we can show the chief so that the chief would be satisfied. And without that, it's just... I don't know what it is anymore.
Speculation.
Speculation. That's a big word. I like it. What's it mean?
That you're speculating that something bad has happened, but you don't have any concrete evidence.
It's kind of like guessing or assuming, but let's not assume. Yeah. Let's not assume.
I'm not assuming. I'm working off of Asphalt, the war chief's perspective in regards to this.
To assume you make a butt out of me and you.
I'm okay with being an ass. It's part of my job in this group to be the ass. And somehow the face at the same time. Maybe that's where the term butthead came from. But, Tiny, there's going to be a point where we're not going to have all of the picture. We're not going to have all of the information. And we have to make mistakes to try and do what we believe is best.
As long as the mistake isn't killing someone in cold blood.
Oh, there definitely will be some of that along the way, I promise you. Be it in our tribe or not, but
So,
yeah.
Let's get back on track. So, we sort of table the spin thing, just sort of keep it in the in the air, spinning.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye on him. Not literally Gorgana, but let's start with the people who abused Gondol. And for that, we're going to need Asa.
You know what I like about that plan, Bjork, is, well, for starters, if we drop the Sven thing and we focus on this other thing, if it leads us back to Sven, then we know we have something.
Can I kill him then?
No. Not unless it's necessary. I mean, if he's truly evil and trying to hurt the king, I mean the chief, then yes. His Royal Highness. Also, Sven said I'd probably make a good chief someday.
Oh, you mean the wedge to drive between you and Asphalt in regards to and trying to separate that piece?
I am
while
worried
trying
about
to
that. Yeah, I'm worried Asphalt might not trust me now. But
Whoa, hold on! I never asked to be chief. I don't want it. You can have it, Tiny. Although, I mean, you can have it if you want.
I don't know. Sounds like a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, I do. Actually, going off of that though, I wanted to say, Tiny, I thought you did a really good job. I mean, it's clear that Sven thinks of you as somebody he can trust, for better or worse. He tried to give you a coded message when he thought it was just the two of you talking. I think that's really valuable.
Yeah, I just wish he didn't think I was that smart to be able to decipher a coded message.
Maybe you should get them drunk, Tiny.
Maybe next time I will. But for now, Bjork is right. We need to go find these people who hurt.
Or Tiny, you could, become intimate with them. And pillow
God, you seem to go that route very often.
What? It's
either sex or murder.
I,
You've got 2 gears.
I just want, I think it's commonplace of a solution where I'm from. I'm sorry. Violence or sex are the answers. Sometimes both. Sometimes the murder leads to sex.
So, what is our course of action?
We're going after those people who hurt our friend.
How do you want to determine who that is?
Well,
Well, we're going.
Go ahead.
Oh, my thoughts were getting Asa and then talking with Gondol again, and Syrah.
That still feels so official to me. I feel like we need evidence to go to Asa first, but that could be wrong. My thought was maybe Tiny, you could do that thing that you do where you can match footprints to fingerprints. You could go talk to Gondol and take a look at her clothes,
Yeah, that's
and
a good
then
idea.
we can see the footprints on because the villagers beat her up on the way home, and we could track them back to their house and then talk to them. We'll have Gorgana do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think I should be doing the initial talking to these people until we've got more evidence. Else, it's going to be a seen in a disfavorable light on matters. So perhaps
did she have a physical description of these people?
we can go back and ask. It's not a problem. But and she might even be able to give some names. But I don't think that I should be talking to the common folk until we're ready to make them squeal.
All right. Well, let's go.
I
Maybe
do just
talk-
want to.
But sorry.
Sorry, Tiny. Go ahead.
No, you go right ahead.
Oh, well, I just kind of want to, because that was just my thought about Asa. Should we bring Asa in early, like Bjork said? I don't want to just poo-poo that idea. It felt fast for me, but that was just me.
Asa's the law person.
Nah.
Yeah, the law motor.
I think we should talk to those people first, and then if we can bring them to Asa after we learn what we learned, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm hearing people first. How do you want to understand who the people are?
We interview her.
Gondol.
Yeah. And
And
then if that doesn't work, we'll try we could do the spell where I track the footprints.
I did. A metagaming pigeon did whisper that Gondol's probably showered and mended all of her clothes by now.
Well, actually, you all did this to her the night of the attack.
Oh, okay, you guys did before I walked in. So
There was magical healing. There was the mandate. I think you said, "Why don't you go get cleaned up?" And so you took her out to do so, just as a little bit.
But yes, get names and the or descriptions of what, as unreliable as eyewitness statements can be, from Gondol and Saris in regards to who they believed or who they can recall were involved in the matter.
Okay. Cool. So we'll pick that up then as you gather the 2 of them. You said.
Yeah.
Okay. This is all of you with them. So talking to Gondol, she will just trying to remember. I don't remember. I remember I was carrying it, just kind of paying attention to what I was doing. And then I felt the push. I didn't get a good look. They were gone before I could. I was looking at their back. I couldn't say who they were. And then when I was down, there was it was so fast.
What part of town was it in?
It was right outside of Riffenheim.
Is she saying there's only one person that she knows of?
She's covered. There's other people she never saw, because the visual she gives, like, she was hit and then hit, and all she could really see was like backs. No one really said anything, and then she was down, and then there was like the kicking of the mud, and it just was. It was, you know, to her, she was very much. Then she began to kind of focus on, I just need to get home. So just she wasn't in the space of trying to identify people, and it was also in a crowd of people walking by, like the craziness of town. So it wasn't just like somebody came out of. It wasn't like she was alone and someone came in. She was passing by people, and then kind of like someone knocks you. You look back, you don't know who knocked you. Right?
My only other question for her is: does her story match what Sven told Korgana?
I mean, he said he didn't see anything happen.
Yeah, he was not present for when these things happened, even though he's been told not to leave Roffensheim, but he wasn't present somehow.
So in other words, who turned her away, I guess, is my real question.
Sven.
So she met with Sven. Does that part of the story match is kind of what I was going with. Okay.
Do Gondel's story and the witness's story match?
So their story, she was present in for her being turned away.
Got it.
And then she did not follow her from there.
Mm-hmm.
She heard Gondor crying and being hurt. By the time she got there, it had happened. And then she helped her the rest of the way.
So so they didn't witness the attack. The witness.
Correct.
But it sounded like when we spoke to them, they were suggesting that they were the backup source of they were attacked. Was that a misunderstanding on my part?
I don't think it's a misunderstanding. I think she was saying that. But now that you were trying to get I am assuming a little bit here, you were really trying to get down to give us precisely what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They were telling the story before, and so to them, saying she was attacked when she saw what happened, kind of already heard of everything going on, saw Gondel down and bleeding. To her, she's like, that's a very, like, that she said that. If you said, oh, you lied, she'd go, I didn't lie. Like, it would make no sense to her that she lied. But she would then go, but you're right. I did not see this.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
But heard it, though.
Yeah, she heard crying and falling, and then when she saw what happened, she assumed some stuff, and then it seemed when Gondel said this is what happened, she goes, this makes sense to me.
Yeah. Gotcha.
She's a suspect now. Detective brain. All right. Anybody else have any questions?
All right.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess we head to the area of the attack to kind of look at the surrounding area, get a good look at it.
Okay. So there you have to know what you're looking for, because this would have been a main road that many people traveled that day, traveled after the attack, and traveled this entire day that you let go by.
Right.
So you really have to kind of really help me out with what you think might actually be there.
I want to know how much I can get her to narrow down the time period that she was attacked, like by the day. What position was the sun in? Does she remember anything, like the shadow cast?
She can give you a pretty good time of day when it happened. She can get pretty accurate for you.
Because the spell will let me, I'm going to read it here. It says, at the time of the casting, choose any period of time up to the last 10 days to the present. So I'm going to limit the time period to that specific point to see where her footprints align, because I can see her color based on what she's currently doing.
Yeah.
And I can see if there's any footprints that come up to her and look like they might have like some scuff, some side steps, maybe of kicking mud, that kind of thing. And just to see what I see. I might not see anything. There's a lot of people there, but still,
Yeah,
I'm going to be
yeah.
focused on that.
Okay. Give me investigation check.
Can someone please assist me with the
Do they see it too?
Yeah, everybody can see it.
Oh, they do.
Let me make sure. Let me just read it just so I don't mess this up. Each creature protected by the spell assigned a unique color, but are not otherwise identified. Any creature that moves or touches objects in the area will also leave colorful footprints. When you cast a spell, also become highlighted. It does not say. It's a touch spell with a 45-foot radius, so it does not say in the spell description whether I'm the only one who sees it or if we all see it. I've always operated under the assumption that the party could see it when I've cast it in the past, but that's kind of your call because it does not say.
Got it.
And it's from page 333 of Spire Secrets.
Cool. Yeah, I'm getting to that source. I just want to totally understand what we're looking at. Okay. And what's it called again? Clue?
Yeah, Clue.
Okay, perfect. All right. So yeah, everyone would be able to see this. So you can get some assistance. Sorry about that.
Okay. I might have to cast it twice. That's your call. One to get a bearing on what her colored footprints are, and then the second casting would be to go to the specific time of day. So I'll mark 2 spell slots for this.
Well, at the time of casting, you choose the period of time, right?
That's true, but I don't know which one her footprints would be. I would only know the color.
Oh, I see. So you would cast it in her presence to get the unique
Yes.
color. Okay.
You could also just bring something she touched with you and then see her fingerprints.
Only
Assuming
if
she had touched it. Let's do 2 castings.
Yeah.
I do think that's the best way to solve the issue.
All right, and if somebody
She would have had to have been holding it at the time, technically.
I see,
for
I
the
see, I see.
spell.
I would prefer
I
someone
think
else
two
do the
castings is
investigating
fair
if I'm
play.
doing the spell.
Yeah, anyone can do the investigation.
I'll investigate.
There is another inspo. You can use it on my behalf, maybe, hopefully.
I don't know that that's necessary. So
Okay.
25.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay. So from this, so you very clearly can see that this is so interesting. So during the time period, it can be, I think, free. So I would say you're able to fully understand that she fell from a 25. It's pushed, not, she didn't do it herself.
Mhm.
Definitely. There's not like no sign. You can know for sure it was not self-inflicted. Judging from those who came in, I would say you're looking at around 15 people who helped.
whoa.
Wow.
The investigation gets kind of a mob mentality thing, possibly, that took place.
Mhm.
And again, no one rushing to help. Except you, I would assume you got this color too, because you could have at the time. Of Asari's stuff. What she said she did and came seems to corroborate.
Okay.
And the direction she came from is consistent with coming from sunshine. So you're able to use your magic to get that. This would kind of lead you, I guess, say that you're likely to kind of get a lot of stonewalling from possibly this, as far as going like there were so many. You could pursue it, just might be very hard, and so
The good news is, if there are 15 of them, we really only need one of them. So, if we can try to, but still, this is going to be a hard track regardless.
And I think so. So I'd say this: if you really want to get this down, it is going to be very obvious what you are doing,
Okay.
and whatever may come with that.
Yeah.
You could. It's hard to, unless you really know
Okay.
something, for me to kind of get my head around. Oh yeah, people aren't knowing what you're doing, because it would really. It's about the equivalent of swabbing cheeks at that point. Like, people know
Gotcha.
you are doing a criminal. You are really trying to make this into a thing, which could be fine. I'm just letting you know it's definitely
There will be consequences. So we know
again,
that
it's okay. I just want to let you know. That
No.
there.
So go ahead, Robin. You want to say something?
No, sorry, I was just clearing my throat. I apologize.
So, does Tiny let us know this information like off on the side, or is he or how is Tiny going to present? this?
Technically, Bjorg,
Bjorg knows.
Oh,
because Bjorg's the
Okay.
one who did the investigation.
Yeah, I would pull you over the side. It's not something I would announce. And tell you that she was not, or she did not fall on her own. She was pushed. And it was sort of became a mob mentality after that. Once it started, about 15 people joined in.
And just to be super clear, Matt, there's not anything like distinctive. Like, there's no like kobold footprints. Like, they look just like generally clan folk footprints.
Yeah, these all look like booted
Gotcha.
individuals. I would say you can see that it is both male and female,
Gotcha.
given by a few shapes. Again, because you've got really high in that investigation. So there's not like, you don't get the sense that there was this crazy deal.
So we do have some options. One thing is we could search this area for anything that one of those people might have dropped, especially if it was a lot of violence here that could have easily caused a personal item to fall somewhere. The other thing is we could really hone in on one footprint and try to track it. It's been about a day, but it's not impossible.
Bjorn was saying that it's like a mob, man. It looks like,
Right, it started out as one person,
yeah.
and as it continued, it grew to mob.
have you ever been in a tavern, Asphalt, where there's a fight that starts between two people, and then all of a sudden everybody in the tavern's just fighting each other because someone else is fighting, and so they just want to be part of it?
Yeah, which makes me think maybe finding one person involved won't really tell us much. Maybe just learning about sentiment in this area, I don't know, like, what's got everybody in this state of mind that they can just beat people up on the street, and where does that start?
Yeah, how did this get out? Like, did someone overhear something? That's why if we're looking at anybody, it would have to be the first person who threw the first push, because they're the ones who would have had direct information either through hearing it or overhearing it, and they
Yeah.
followed her all the way out here to actually do this. So that's the person who would have instigated it. The rest of them are acting as a mob, and we're probably not going to get much out of them. But if we can hone in on that one person, we might find something out. Maybe either that they overheard Sven say something, or maybe Sven told them directly, and there's a lead. Or maybe they heard it from someone completely different, and there's a lead.
I'm just wondering, how do I get myself targeted by one of these attacks?
It's going to be hard if you're a Sarah.
Yeah.
That's the thought that I was having as well, Tiny.
Sort of like maybe if we had staged this whole ruse where you were pretending to be Asa and we kind of dressed you up to look like her, and then you tried to deliver the thing, and then you could have got beat up on the street, and if only somebody had suggested that before. Oh, could have
Don't
been
know
cool.
I don't know anyone who suggested that one as well.
All right. So, what is the next course of action? Is it let this go for now? Are you trying to figure something out? What would we like to do?
Tiny's put 2 ideas out there, but doesn't really know what we want to do.
How far do we want to take this? I mean, it's something that's going to need to be addressed, that we can't just beat up clan members.
I agree.
But how do we address the situation?
We need to go directly to that. I still think we still need to go directly to that one person. Hear it from them. What did they hear? What do they know? And find out one way or the other.
My question, Tiny, becomes, let's say bat blows up in our face, and then it becomes an issue that the Herschers are making a deal out of something that's not, and how that undermines both Roffin and makes Sven show that the Herschers can't be trusted.
Because we're investigating an attack?
Sure, but there's the political piece of it that so everybody's going to say didn't happen, other than the outcast, because the mob is going to stick together.
Well, maybe we just need to be upfront about what we're doing.
Because that's not going to make people retreat, hide, or clam up even further.
No, I'm just saying maybe we should announce that we're investigating an incident from yesterday, and if you have any information, then let us know. And we hope that it was nothing, and surely that's what the evidence will show if we are come up to nothing. But we take all such things seriously, as we would want to take them all seriously if it was your child who was attacked in the street. And we want to make sure that the people here stay and remain safe at all times, and more news at 11.
What cola what's in that cola that you've been drinking that you think the world works like that, Tiny?
I don't know.
That's...
Next, you're going to say she's been hanging around me too long.
No,
All
Bjork,
right.
'cause
So
even-
it sounds like we got course of action, pursue the investigation.
I
Is
was about
there?
to propose a different one.
Yeah. So next one. I want to just
Um,
kind of categorize these.
no,
so
no,
we
yeah,
make a choice
right.
and then, you know.
I want to punch something really, really badly because I'm very angry. And I think that if we push the buttons right now, we're not going to get anything. But if we let a little bit of time progress, that, oh, we've done our part, people might drink and get a little loose over time, where it's something that they brag about in one of the taverns over the night a couple weeks from now. And we are able to follow up a little bit more on it at that point. Because if they see a Herser coming, get the feeling that they're going to know that I'm involved some way, shape, or form, or that, in theory, and that's just not going to make people want to talk right now. I don't think that's going to get us anything, and so I'd like to go ahead and punch something that would still help us show that we're doing something to help people, and that we're still looking out for the good of the clan while we figure more of this out.
So course, basically move on and see what pops up, while keeping for now.
And hopefully punch something.
Right, but see what else the client needs and keep our ears out on on more clues. There's 2 courses. Any other course suggestions that aren't included in those first 2?
Asphalt was thinking, just to review, did Corgana or Tiny mention? No, actually, I don't think Tiny talked about the thing. Did Corgana or Bjorg mention that we had a witness to either Raffen or Sven?
Bjorg did.
Asphalt might suggest that perhaps we just keep an eye on what's her name's face, the witness, wondering if she might now be targeted to keep her mouth shut or whatever. And we might be able to use that as some kind of catch somebody in the act or a trap sort of sense.
Are you saying use her as bait?
No, those are your words. Those are your words.
Okay.
I did not mention who it was,
Okay.
Hmm.
but I agree we should keep an eye on her. But her name was not mentioned.
Hmm.
I'm okay with going along with Corgana's plan. Corgana, does this mean I need to do with you what I did with Griff and take you over to the training area?
I don't want to kill you, Bjorg.
You said you wanted to punch something. You didn't say anything about killing anything.
Yeah, there's a request. So that's two kind of on the. We'll keep an eye on it as we pursue other goals. Where's Asphalt?
I guess I kind of agree. I think that being so loud about the investigation would not benefit us currently. I think it's too soon, like Asphalt's been saying.
Okay.
However, I'm sorry. I do have another suggestion. It's sort of a combination of the two.
Okay.
That we maybe figure out who pushed her first and keep an eye on them as part of Corgana's action of maybe loose lips. So I'm not saying confront them. I'm saying figure out who it was.
So in the keeping an ear out, you're trying to specifically see if you can't figure out who might have started it.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's sort of a combination of the two. Using Tiny's information to figure out the first footprints, who they belong to, and in keeping an eye out to see if something else like this happens again, keeping an eye on them to see if maybe they start something else again or they start speaking about it after they've had too much to drink.
That can make sense to me. So it sounds like for now it's pursue a course of action that does not have to do with this, while keeping that stuff kind of possibly trying to get that information while doing that. Because it sounds like there's at least 3 for that. Is that that sound good?
Jackie?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I was in favor of the investigation only because I know that the evidence is probably not going to be there forever. So if we don't pursue it, I feel like it's going to be a closed door soon. But
this is what I was going to offer. Is that you all can do this, like do a quest basically, or find out a new thing in town, like it was kind of suggested. And then if you wanted to spend the group's downtime, we could say you could get the name of that person afterwards. Okay. Just trying to bridge the gaps a little bit, if that's acceptable.
Sure.
But that would mean you weren't doing the other things, but that this rises in that priority to that degree. All right.
Would getting the name of the person be sort of like that intense thing that you were saying, where we're basically like cheek swabbing, like people know that we're looking for?
I think for that, no, because it's done more on this. It's kind of you're able, because
Then
you're also taking your time. Like it's like it's done here and there, and you're doing a little bit in the background, like you're saying, and you'll get that by at the end of the week. So you start the next week with that info. So you're really taking a nice long time. You're not trying to complete this within a week, as far as the whole investigation. So you let that time go by.
I'll add too that some of the fortifications don't require a week of downtime in the text, so we can choose to do one of those during this, so that we don't feel like we're.
Indeed, that is true. Okay. Any idea what you wanted to pursue? You do have Asa's thing, which could be a reason to talk to her. There's also other leads you got earlier. If we feel like we don't, we can go on break and then decide after break. I just wanted to check if we had a strong feeling before break.
I would like to do, or Bjorg would like to maybe help Asa. since we did make a promise to her and we have yet to keep it.
Okay. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm in favor of Asa, or I'm in favor of learning more about these new merchants coming to town. But if that's too much of a murky cloud to call it a quest, then I'm in favor of Asa.
Okay. Then Kurgana Tiny or
Oh, I'm fine with whatever.
Corgana knows that they have a fire, an iron, and is going to try and be helpful in the hopes that he gets to punch something soon.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Gives me enough, so we'll go ahead and go on break for now, and then we'll come back. Alrighty, we are coming on back. Alright, like everybody's about here. Very good. All right. You make your way over the next day to Shrine Isle. There, the law of Alaka is written for all to see. And sitting there, minding it and making sure that it stays in good condition is Asha. Turns to you as you arrive. She smiles widely, revealing rows and rows of long, thin, fishy teeth. You are here! Does that mean you will help me, like you said in the springtime? Yes?
Yeah.
Very good. Renault told me that a ship crashed in the Teeth. A merchant ship called the Blade Blessed. There are rumors that Lanashi, people like me, are swimming those waters, wrecking ships. I think we should investigate the Blade Blessed. If anyone's left alive, they might need help, and they might know something about why the Lanashi are here at all.
Okay. And you'd like to come, yes?
Ah, yes. Very much so. I know you had gathered supplies to be under the water.
We did. But I also feel like one of us had a water breathing spell. It
Who's
might have been
not here
Molly.
anymore.
Yeah.
That was Bobby's character.
Well, nothing bad ever happened on the water. Let's go take care of this.
I think I'm going to take that ring of swimming that we have just randomly floating about now, in case big weapons don't do so well if we have to do some of that.
Can I trade in for a Beastmaster and ride on a yeah.
Yeah, I know you had some potions or things or herbs that would be used to
Mhm.
create water breathing potions, I believe. All right, so you tell me when you're ready to go if you feel like you've got what you need.
I guess we're going.
Well, do we have everything that we need, Tiny?
Why not? I mean, we've got ourselves, we've got our crew, we've got our equipment. What else do you need?
A means of breathing underwater.
We don't have to go under the water.
Oh, we might.
You definitely do.
We're investigating a shipwreck.
Oh, well.
I wonder sometimes, Tiny, what is in that cola?
I just love the water. Let's do it. Let's go find the apparatus to allow us to breathe underwater. A potion, a ring, a hat.
Asphalt, you're good with elements. Do you have a way of making us breathe underwater?
We did on a quest over the spring get supplies for making potions.
Yeah, so I think there would be a potion for each of you.
Okay. Oh boy.
But I do think that's only an hour, right?
Well, hoping we're not under there longer than an hour.
Yeah, I think that's how much you gathered was enough for one for each. Because you did decide to leave at some point from that cave.
No risk, no reward.
All right. Anything else before you set out?
How do we fight underwater?
So if you have a swimming speed,
I do.
everything is good to go.
Even ranged?
So ranged, it's you just can't go beyond your short.
Oh, okay. That's not bad at all.
As long as you have the swimming speed.
I sure do.
Druids do get
Rangers.
water breathing.
Hmm?
Druids do get water breathing.
Oh, what level?
3rd.
Oh, Asphalt, you can breathe underwater.
I guess I can.
You can make everyone breathe underwater.
Underwater.
No. Wait.
Oh,
That's what
was
water
it
breathing
me who
does.
got that spell before?
Oh, my.
Hee hee hee
Can
hee.
you check to see if you don't have like also like change identity, that kind of stuff that we were looking for earlier? What do you got in that book?
I forget that preparing is a thing and not just knowing. You know what I mean? All right, where are you? Are these in alphabetical order? They sure are. Okay.
So as you look at that, so underwater fighting, if you have a swim speed, basically everything pretty much is okay except for the ranged issue. If you do not have a swim speed, then you have movement is halved, and you have disadvantage on every weapon roll that is not piercing.
Which most ranged weapons are piercing.
Right. But then rage cannot go beyond their thing. But other than piercing, all works out. So, which is really great, because before they named specific weapons, I was really glad they just said, if it's piercing, it's good. This is a little easier to understand. Then the only thing is visibility sometimes changes underwater, not because of being underwater, but just because of stuff. And if you have water breathing, you're basically good to go as far as spell casting and all that type of stuff. If you have water breathing, then you have one verbal component before you're no longer holding your breath.
Okay. Good thing we have water breathing.
Isn't this how Cole died? Asphalt, did you have the ability to let them breathe?
To what?
Asphalt did not at that time. I
No,
can,
no,
I
no,
can,
I
I can, I can
Oh.
verify that no one had the water breathing spell at that point. Because I remember that very specifically. We had actually talked about it when Cole was diving in.
So, do you got the spell, Asphalt?
Yeah. And I will ritually cast it if I can.
How long does it last?
24 hours.
Oh, nice.
Way better than those potions we spent a quest gathering.
We can sell these.
Okay. Yes. So, and it sounds like there are pieces that go underwater, pieces that do not, as you go through this. So, All right, then it sounds like we are good to go. We will continue.
Right.
So, you go out to the shoreline here, and as you do, you can see. Finally, as you get to the area that is put up by Renal, because Renal kind of gives you the instructions, I would say, as you're walking. He's just making sure you get the right way before he turns back. He simply says to you, Asphalt, long live the Herseus, the future leaders of us all. As kind of winks.
Shit, 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 shit.
I pull on Bjork's shirt really fast.
Shit, 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 shit.
Your mic is muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Right. What's up, Asphalt?
Ronald just gave me a little winky as he was walking away, and he said that we were gonna be future leaders of the clan.
Well, he said future, so that could be 20 years from now.
No, that's not what he meant.
You don't know that for sure.
Oh. Corgana.
Yes, Asphalt?
Oh, never mind.
That didn't sound like, never mind, urgency. Asphalt.
Well, I don't know. We're on another mission here, so I guess this is really just a note for later. But Rodolphe is part of the coup.
The cuckoos?
The coup to overthrow the chief. Rodolphe wants us to be the chief, the chiefs, co-chiefs,
He's
the
also
coup
the one-
chiefs.
Asphalt, I would make a horrible chief, so no, I cannot be part of that.
No, I'm not suggesting. Oh, okay. Let's just go.
Asphalt, don't you realize it would be best if you were chief? If that were to happen?
What are you all talking about?
Asphalt's freaking out.
Why?
Arnold gave me a wink and said, "Hail the future chiefs, the Hersers, the future chiefs."
Why didn't you give me a wink?
Oh, this is not the takeaway.
Sven would have given me a wink.
Sven would also go ahead if he thought there was an opportunity to kick you down because you're different, Tiny.
That's not true. All right, we're on a mission, people.
We have time to get there. We can talk about this along the way, but Asphalt, even Renolf sees you as a possible chief. That they
No. No. Should we question Asa while we're here? See where her head is at with all this stuff?
I mean, she knows the laws, so she would know the laws on how to replace a chief.
Maybe we shouldn't ask that question.
I'm just saying, if Asphalt really wanted to know.
What? I don't think Asphalt wants to know.
But do you want to know, Tiny?
No.
Okay, because you were the one like, why can't I be chief?
Well,
So I
I'm just
figured-
saying that one day the chief will die of old age.
However, what Renault said was future leaders, meaning all of us, not just one of us.
But he only winked at Asphalt.
Do you know how many chiefs make it to old age, Tiny?
Oh, wait, I'm an orc. I'm not going to make it to old age. Guess I never
Chiefs
really
generally
thought about that.
Chiefs don't make it to old age, Tiny, up here.
They don't?
They die. They die. The number of chiefs that make it to old age are generally ones that still die fighting. and old age might be like in their 40s.
That's elderly age for me.
But talking to Asa about Asha about the laws and what we would need to prove in order to show that people were wrong for her to get involved would be useful information. Also, asshole, we're just going to need to get you a bigger plate.
Bigger plate?
Yes, so that way more people can put more things on it for you.
Are you hungry?
Actually, yeah, kind of always a little bit.
I think I've got some breadcrumbs.
That's
She's
nice.
hungry for power.
I grab into my pocket those like old breadcrumbs.
Okay, what's the plan?
Well, as you proceed, you see mighty pillars of jagged stone jut out at odd angles. Debris and detritus lay across them, creating makeshift terrain as you move out further from shore. You hear rhythmic humming and burbling speech amidst the moans of the undead. Centuries.
Come again?
We're hearing undead voices.
Moans of the undead.
Okay. Cool. Was anybody expecting that? Was that a surprise to anybody else?
Asa goes, I mean, I did not think of undead when I thought we were going through a shipwreck, no.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I guess
though.
that makes sense.
But you can look and you can see what looks like a soldier that sits in the water that doesn't seem to have quite noticed you. Yeah, it's skin similar and shape similar to Asa. He goes, when Mada found me, I was wearing that armor. She gave me new clothes, but was I a soldier too?
Do you recognize this soldier?
No, I just know that's what I was wearing when Mada found me.
Have you tried talking to this soldier?
This is the first time I'm seeing the soldier.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we should ask him if he recognizes you.
Wait, but. Well, okay, yeah. Are you ready for that?
I don't know.
What I'm hearing is that we shouldn't be chopping people's heads off or shooting them through the eye in case we have to fight them, so we can talk to them later.
Yeah, don't do that.
Morgana just looks at all three of you.
Yeah. I will let anyone who would like to make a history check.
I would.
All right.
So I got a 17.
A 17. So some things that you will become aware of is that the Laneshi are a fearsome amphibious people that live deep in the sea. And it's not uncommon for them to harry ships by the teeth and assault them on raids, causing shipwrecks. And as much as the soldiers matter and sword and shield are important, Laneshi necromancers are the true power of the Empire. And every necromancer is a twin. One twin is ritually slaughtered, and they're so grafted to the soul of the survivor to grant them power over undeath.
Is this guy a ghost or does he look like alive?
Looks alive.
Does he look lost?
No, he definitely looks more on guard.
We should maybe be careful. The Laneshi are known necromancers with control over the undead.
Well, that explains it.
Is that something you've ever been able to do, Asa?
No.
Asa, do you remember having a twin?
I don't remember anything before seeing Maldar's face.
Okay.
Well, are we talking to these people, or are we going into the water, I guess?
Well, right now it's just one person.
Well, that would be easy to talk to.
And a bunch of undead.
At least we'll know if they're good or bad.
Well, but if he's a necromancer, he might be controlling the undead around here.
Or he could just be a scout to report anything else that goes on, and their job is to run while the undead delay.
Well, you'll get to punch something, Corgana.
Can you sneak up and tie their legs together, Tiny?
I'm pretty sure Bjork's better at sneaking up on people than me. But I could make it a little easier for us all to sneak up there. If you know what I mean.
Sure. And as a reminder, everyone does have 11 temporary hit points.
Oh,
Good to know.
so I could cast a spell if y'all want to try to get closer to this person.
I'm kind of feeling like we should avoid confrontation as long as possible, but Bjork made them seem like maybe not the most friendliest. They're sort of like a eat you first and then raise your body from the dead and ask questions kind of people.
Mm-hmm. Well, do we want to try to sneak by them, or?
That's my vote.
I'm okay with that.
All right. Do we do it magically? Sneak by them?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
me.
think so.
I would say, who can be stealthy besides me?
I'm pretty
Sometimes.
stealthy, but I can help those of us who aren't.
I will follow the war chief's plan.
You gotta stop that! You are feeding the rumor mill!
Wait, he meant me.
You may continue.
See, being assertive yet again, Asphalt.
Okay, so what are we doing?
I am going to cast Without Trace.
Cast without trace. Okay, so then trying to sneak by. We'll go ahead and do. Everyone, give me the stealth check with the +10.
I'm going to use my heroic inspiration.
Since we're in the water, I'm gonna octopus myself.
I rolled a 29 without any additions.
Jesus.
That's a 39.
39.
25.
25. And what was that spot again?
32 with the +10.
All right. So as you make your way, you can see that lurking upon the shore as you discreetly pass by are two murmuring forms, outfits of Alican sailors who seem to have had injuries and holes stuffed with mud and lurk, clearly undead, as guards. And as you proceed, you come to the front of the massive trading galley that has become wedged between two massive stones. A collection of Laneshi warriors and two elemental humanoids are guarding a gaping hole in the belly of the ship.
For clarification, Matt, are we on land or are we in the water?
So right now, you would have just come into. So you're on you're on difficult terrain. You're basically standing on a slightly depressed shore that has wreckage on it. So you're kind of standing on wreckage that's keeping you out of the water entirely. That's
Okay.
allowing you to get to the front of the ship and see the hole. And the hole looks like it might go where there could be water.
Okay. I am not yet an octopus then.
So now they're actively guarding the front of this hole. So it's up to you what you want to do here.
Also, do you think you could talk to them and say you want to go home or find out more?
I don't even know if they speak this language I do.
They're talking.
Do they speak Valakai?
Oh. You can't understand what they're talking about as they're watching?
No, I don't. Is that Laneshi? I have no idea. She has no memory.
Corgana knows very little about this person, so...
Yeah. So her big thing is she has no memory before she was found by Maladal, which is the Ragval village person. So she only knows the land with her life with Felican. She has zero idea.
Well, we can either talk to them and find out and likely get assaulted, or we could fight them and find out and be the ones assaulting them.
Or we sneak onto the ship from some other way.
We could try.
Well, either way, we're going to have to talk to somebody. Because the whole point of this is to help her get her memory back, so maybe there's someone who knows her.
Do you think we can talk to them, Bjorg, as you know so much about them?
I could try talking to him, but I'm not saying I know a whole bunch about them. I just know what history tells me.
Oh, that's more than I know. That makes you the expert.
Okay. I guess I'll step forward and keep my hands raised and say, hi, I have some questions.
All right. As you do so, the Laneshi screech. You seemingly come from nowhere as they prepare to defend themselves against intruders. There's just this ferocity immediately that comes to them. So I can get some initiative, my friends.
Talking works out well for us, Bjorg. Talking always does.
15.
good. Okay. Let me make sure I got everybody. I got Tiny, Asphalt, Bjorg. Kurgana got 8. Okay. Was that 8, Kurgana?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
How many are there in the water?
There's 4 total in the water. The 2 elemental people and 2 Laneshi soldiers.
Oh, I didn't know there were elemental people. What kind of elemental people?
All right.
Water?
So there we go.
Everything back over.
All right, coming up
said
first
4
here
Laneshi?
is an Asphalt.
Matt, you said 4 Laneshi?
2 Laneshi, 2 the elemental
Alright, I gotta go get elemental.
people.
I'll be back. Did I
All
ever
right.
bring out today's group of people? No.
Jeez. All right, Asphalt.
Oh shit. What?
They're in water.
Yes.
Can we see the ground of the water, or they're swimming?
It's a total of 15 feet deep. Well, right here.
Who isn't here today?
Griffin hissed.
It's just you 4, right?
Mhm.
Alright, I gotta go get elemental people and put the map back where it was.
I guess I'm trying to figure out if I can cast an entangle in their area.
Does Tango comes from the ground?
It's what it says. Grasping plants sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square within range.
Okay, so no, that's not going to really help you.
Okay. Oh no, I'm going first. Might I spend this round attempting to observe Asa to see if this interaction is sparking any sort of memory that she doesn't know she has? Like, is she going into some sort of soldier battle stance? Is she reacting with some magic that she didn't know she had? I guess I just want to spend my turn looking at Asa and seeing if this is triggering anything for her.
Certainly. Looking at Asa, you can see that her hands glow like a light green that you've seen before, and you sense the power of healing magic as she just simply is like preparing herself. She seems like she couldn't bring herself to attack these people as they look just like her. And though she trusts all of you for your judgment, as though she's like ready to stand back and probably provide healing and help in this conflict for, on your side, but you doubt she could bring herself to violence against these people.
Alrighty. Okay. And bonus action, I'll just do Shillelagh to prep my weapon should I need it.
Got it.
And I'll try and stay sort of in front of Asa.
All right, Bjorg.
Leaving my hands up, I'm going to try to speak to the elementals and say, please, we mean you no harm. We just have some questions.
All right, you let that out, and very viciously, let's say they'll respond with, Leave now. Get out, or you will be fodder for their undead army.
You're not willing to answer any questions for us?
All right, is that your turn?
Yeah.
In answer,
Oh boy.
you feel there's this pull to the water as they put out their hands, and giant waves about 30 feet tall begin to manifest in speed. I'll say towards you, Bjorg. So, let's see here. I got an 11
Does not hit.
and a 22.
That'll hit.
Right. With that, then, I will take a strength save.
19.
19. All right. You withstand the tidal forces as far as the movements, but you will take. Let's see here. Oops. There we go. That is 13 bludgeoning damage. As they will go ahead and swim, so they are about 30 feet from Bjorg. With that, one of the Laneshi here.
Oh, is that one of the elementals?
The elementals were just attacked.
Sorry.
We'll go ahead and let's see here. I think look at Bjorg here as well. And swim up with their pike staying 10 feet away. For a 13.
Does not hit.
And a 12. So, and then they're back up how they can. Try not to stay in any type of melee. And then Corgana.
They're partially submerged in the water, Matt?
Yes.
Okay. Well then, Corgana will, seeing that the one in the back wants to... How far away is the one in the back?
Corgana?
Corgana 30.
I will swim under the... Can I get... If I swim under the water, could I get to that one without provoking from... Well, no, I've already seen the one who wants to stay at range. So I will just swim up to the Laneshi, between the Laneshi and the water elemental.
Like here? Oh, that's not you. Like here?
No, more
Here?
just to the left of the water elemental, or yeah. And I will go ahead and attack the Laneshi non-lethally twice. Actually, I'm going to attack once, and then I'm going to breathe on. Actually, I should breathe before I get in. So I will breathe on the 3, Matt, and then I will come in to close distance afterwards.
Okay. So that's is that Dex or is that what is it?
Yeah, it is Dix, yes.
Okay. Very good. So
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
what's your DC?
15. I mean, it's going to be rather impressive damage here.
Okay. All right. So I got a success and 2 fails.
So if they succeeded, they take 3 damage of cold.
3 cold. Very nice.
Oh yeah. They're probably resistant to it as well. But
They are. So they all
once
take their
every-
1.
Yep. And then I will. That seems justified for my turn, as I'm still getting used to. As I'm still getting used to swimming, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Very good. So I've got the second Laneshi soldier. Or come in and do their pike upon Korgana. For 11. Then 15.
15 will hit.
Very nice. All right. So with that. All right. So that will stab for 10 piercing.
Okay.
All right. Then they shouldn't be within any melee, right?
Oh, they were moving back 10 feet. You're right when they do it.
Yeah, they keep 10 feet away when they do that. So then they will move back the rest of their swim here. So their swim is 30. Just to, again, keep as much distance as they can. And then this other elemental, seeing Korgana here, will call upon the power of the tides twice for 23 to hit and 24 to hit. And so I need 2 strength saves.
Oh, the first one was a 13. The second one was a 1.
Okay, so you save on the first one. The second, they're gonna go ahead and the wave hits, and let's see here. They're gonna move them 10 feet. Yeah, they like to move 10 feet on the other side of that debris.
Who will? This one?
Yeah. Well, Korgana. Korgana's gonna move them 10 feet. Gonna go move Korgana. Yeah. So Korgana is moved 10 feet.
Korgana has moved 10 feet.
Yes. There we go. And other than that, the elemental will take some distance up to 30 feet away from, I think, Korgana. Trying to maintain their stuff here. And then we'll do the damage.
I was like, oh, no damage. That's nice.
Nope.
I'll be right back.
For a total of 23 bludgeoning. We'll go to Tiny Tusk.
Tiny Tusk takes out her long bow and grips it, and ice just begins to shard all over the bow. And she will bring it up, and with her storm cordial, she aims at this guy with wings that's pretty close by.
Okay.
And she's gonna take a shot. 13.
13 will miss.
Okay, so she will just go, okay, whatever. And she's going to try to shoot the one behind that one.
All
by
right.
the debris. The one on the far right, whatever that thing is.
Oh, so you're going for Laneshi this time?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a nat 20.
Well, that will hit.
So that will be... Hold on. Okay, so it's 15 piercing and 7 cold for that.
All right. So you see their resistance. They would take 3 cold.
All right. And I will move myself behind that debris beside me.
Okay. Very nice. Take some cover. And we come back up to asphalt.
Okay. Well, seems like we're fighting. I am gonna.
Oh, Matt, I forgot something. I apologize.
Mhm.
They have to do a strength save since I hit him with a storm cordial.
You got it. Okay. Looks like they were fail.
So they get pushed back 10 feet, and their movement is slowed by 10 feet.
Okay. All right, asphalt.
Okay, I will bonus action, sort of taking my cue from Corgana. I'll bonus action, quick step to add, oh, I guess I can't. All right, never mind. I'm just gonna use, because if we're swimming, I don't have a swim speed, so I'm gonna go 15 feet. I guess towards that space that Corgana had been in, up to that air, the element. Yeah. And then I'll try and position myself so that I open my mouth and my fire rune on my tongue tattoo starts to glow, and in a cone of a size that I am trying to find. Okay, that wasn't very helpful. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, 15-foot cone, deck save. Could I hit those three in a 15-foot cone?
I'm getting my cone out. Hold on. Stupid. I don't want the
Might be
30
hard to
foot.
do the
I
three.
don't want that one. I don't want that one. I want this one. 15 is a lot smaller than y'all think. That's okay. You can. If you came over this way, you could.
Okay, I'll position myself wherever I can.
Maximum efficiency. There we go.
Then you get those three.
Okay.
Great. And I need a deck save.
'Cause I'm
DC.
right in thinking it comes from you, yes?
Yeah, I breathe it out of my mouth.
Then yeah,
All
those three.
right. And what's the DC?
14.
All but the second
All right. I got 2 saves and a fail.
Okay. Let's see. That's 10 total. Half on a save. Fire damage.
Okay. So, because they are in water, they are resistant to fire. Our creatures are resistant to fire and water.
Oh, good to know.
So, that's 2, 1, and 1. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Bjorg.
Okay. I am going to spend 2 maneuver points and use my bonus action to use a shadow striking technique. And for the next 10 minutes, anything I shoot from my longbow will deal an additional 1d8 necrotic damage.
Nice.
And as I take aim at the one at the back who attacked me, I'm going to say, "This is not how I want things to go," and shoot my longbow at him. Ooh, and it's a 19, which is a critical hit.
Woo!
For me.
Ooh, very nice.
So that is 9 plus 6, so 15 points plus, let me get the 1d8 of necrotic in here. An additional 4 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, very good.
And that will be my turn.
Okay.
Don't think they can half that, can they, Matthew?
No, they can't. So coming in, they will. I think they can. That's the one that was 30 feet from Bjorg. So they'll continue as they try to drum up the powers of the storms against Bjorg. See here, 14
Miss.
and
Is that the one I
18.
hit?
Yeah. Do they have disadvantage or something?
Well, one thing I'm going to bring up is they got pushed back 10 feet and they got slowed 10 feet.
Oh, which
So
one
if
was
they
that?
were trying to be within 30 feet, they'd have to move up.
Okay, so they'll move up. Then
The 18 hits.
very cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave them where they were.
Yeah.
Okay.
And cool. So 18 hits, and then give me that strength save, please.
12.
Okay, that does save, and that will be. 6 bludgeoning damage. Okay. That brings us to that Laneshi. To our department, who are they good within to get within 10 feet of?
The first one or the second one?
The first one.
If they come around the boat a little bit, they can get to Corgana. That's the closest.
Okay, so they will do that. Come in and staying 10 feet away, do 2 attacks. First one is only a 10. And then a 16.
That's a good hit.
Very good. All right, that is 8 piercing.
Okay.
And then they take the movement they have and get away. And Corgana.
So Corgana will go ahead and swim up to his movement in proximity adverse friend, aka the Laneshi in front of him.
Nice.
And I will then proceed to smack him twice.
Let's go.
20.
That hits.
I'm assuming though the 10 will miss. So,
That's true.
For my clarification, are you smacking them or punching them? Because you said you wanted to punch something.
I am punching them with the hilt of my blade into their face.
Okay.
As
I need a clarification.
I will then it'll be for 11 non-lethal damage to them,
Nice. They are bloodied.
and that will be I will use a bonus action to cast Armor of Agathis.
Very nice. All right. Oh, is that it?
That's my go. Yep.
Okay. So second, Laneshi soldier is going to find who they can get within 10 feet of.
Asphalt.
All right. Trying to pike the asphalt.
Kinky.
That is 17.
Ooh, just hits.
All right. Then sounds like a 16 for a miss.
Oh no, that hits as well.
Oh, that hits as well. Okay. Cool. So the 2 pikes. First pike for 11 piercing. Second pike for 6 piercing.
Nice.
And there
Thanks for that
take
pimp.
the rest of that movement to get away. And then this Pangian, or Pangian actually. Let's see. Who are they within 30 feet of?
One is closest to Asphalt. One is closest to Corgana.
Okay. Well, so this is just the last one.
Oh, I didn't realize one of them was dead.
No, they're alive. They just have already gone.
Oh, then it's.
So,
I don't know which one.
all right. So, I think Asphalt here as they summon up the waves. We have a 16
For that hits.
and 11. Give me your strength save, Asphalt.
You got it. 17. Pretty good for me.
Yeah, you stay right there. As it smashes against you, keep away from being moved. But we'll take, that is 8 bludgeoning. Then Tiny Tusk.
For my own clarification, real quick, could you point out the one that I hit earlier? 'Cause I'm a little.
Should be the one in the back.
Yeah, this.
Which
Go
one?
on, Matt, move your goddamn
Okay.
head.
So how much
Move your
movement does that
picture.
one have?
None left because they moved from here up, which was 10, and then they moved
Right.
30 back.
So they already had 20, is what I'm getting at. So I don't know what their total was because I basically slowed them by 10
Oh,
and
you
pushed
slowed-
them back 10. So that would have been
So they
whatever
should be
their
there.
movement is minus 20 to get up to where they were. And I don't know where they went from there.
So they, after they got to where they would have had 5 feet left. Or actually 10 feet left.
So yeah, they're right there.
Cool. Got it. All right.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I missed that bit.
All right. I am going to. I'm going to put. I'm going to kind of come out of this cover situation closer to just kind of peeking around, getting back to where I was before, and I'm going to. Do I have a line of sight here of that guy in the back, or would I be shooting Asphalt to shoot them?
No, you could shoot through asphalt. Like if you went between asphalt and this little guy.
I was like, excuse me?
I realized that after I said it. That's what I realized. You could do a line through the two.
So I can shoot from here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So in that case, I'm going to put my hunter's mark on the one on the back, the one that I shot before. And I'm going to go ahead and use my longbow again to take a shot.
Nice.
Where's my box to mark thing?
That is a 17.
That will hit.
All right. So let me add this all up. That's going to be 7 piercing plus 5 force plus 1 cold. And they'll have to do a strength save.
Okay, so as that hits, they kick off the water. So what was more of a direct hit just grazes them.
Jerk.
So they half all that damage. Then you say make a strength.
Jerk.
For a 19.
All right, that will pass. So I will yeah, I can do this again. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna shoot them again. Try to hit them again.
Nice.
Come on. Yuck.
Let's
Yuck.
count.
That's a 16.
That will still hit.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right.
See how many you
So
can
that
dodge.
will be piercing 11, force 1, hold 3, and another strength save.
Okay. Very good. That is. Ooh, that'll fail.
So they get pushed back 10. Movement is again slowed by 10.
Okay.
So does that double with the movement they were slowed last time?
No, it's
Okay.
not, because it only lasts a turn, right?
Until the start of my turn.
Cool. Very good.
That's my. Oh, I go back behind my cover, and then I end my turn
La,
there.
la, 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 la.
All right, Asphalt.
So you don't even need me to make sound effects.
Art department question for you.
Yeah.
Were I if I were to be 15 feet in the air,
Uh huh.
would I be within 30 feet of Corgana? I do not want to be.
Let's see how much you are right now. You want to be 30 feet away from Corgana?
Yeah, I want to be more than 30.
That's all you have to do.
But while I'm 15 feet in the air.
Yeah, if you fly 15 feet up and go one space back, you're good.
Okay. Well, I can't go one space back. Okay, let's see.
'Cause right now you're at 30.
Okay. All right, I guess I'll take the opportunity attacks. I'll go one space back. And then I'm going to... You said we could see the floor of the 15 feet down?
Yes.
Okay. I am... Asphalt's feeling very uncomfortable not having any earth around because all of her shit is based on the ground. So she's going to swim backwards 5 feet. And then from the ground beneath her, the ground starts to crack and shake, and a pillar of earth rises from beneath her, lifting her 15 feet up.
Oh, nice.
And but I do think that I get an op attack from the elemental.
Did I shoot Matt?
Yeah, possibly here. Double check
I'm
something.
gonna use the little low stone, whatever these are called. Moonstone.
Well, so Arts Department, you need to. Well, actually, no. So technically, you do not get they do not get an up attack.
Okay, great. And then as a bonus action, now that I'm standing on Earth, little bits of it crack and shake and come off in little pieces as hunks fly into the air and surround my body. Magical runes glow on it, and I make myself an armor of Earth.
Nice.
Okay, and that's it for my turn right now.
All right. Very good. We'll go to Bjorg.
All right. Bonus action steady aim. Since I haven't moved, back at the elemental at the back there. Shooting at him with my longbow. And again, reminding him that this is not how I wanted things to go. 14.
That'll miss.
All right. Then that will be my turn.
Alrighty, so. Okay, let me see here. So, with that, the one in the back puts out their arm here. And it's going to take up it's going to be the water begins to swirl into a whirlpool. That is going to be a total of 50 feet wide. And there you want to make it so that it catches everybody.
Do they care about their own people?
I did want to miss them.
Whirlpool. But so basically a radius of 25. Is
Yeah.
what you're saying? If they want to get everyone, they're going to have to get one elemental.
Okay.
That was short-lived.
I tried, y'all.
I mean, that's what parties would do. It's like, oh, Fireball the Barbarian? Sure.
Pretty much.
I mean, granted, the barbarian usually deserves it.
All right. So the water begins to swirl around.
Love you, Jackie.
And so...
Do I have any cover from this debris?
Not from the water, no. It's all around you. Very good. So you're all stuck in the whirlpool currently. Then So Slaneshi is going to stay on the outside of the whirlpool and just kind of pike the asphalt.
That sounds kinky no matter how you say it. I hope you know that.
If I'm 15 feet up, can they pike me?
Oh, so you're 50 feet above the water?
15.
Correct. On a pillar.
Okay, so the pillar went 30. Okay, so
Yeah, the pillar's 30 feet tall.
What they're going to do is try to throw a net over you first. Then
Ooh,
Rude.
Who's a
super
net?
rude.
first one misses, and the second attempt is going to be a 17.
Miss.
Okay, very nice. So that fails as they then use the rest to get back. Then Kurgana.
Well, as I'm in this wonderful pool of a mess, is there anything I have to do at the start of my turn?
At the start, no, but this is difficult terrain.
Okay.
And actually takes an athletics check to move at all. It's an action to begin to try to move
Okay.
while you're in the whirlpool.
Cool. So instead, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Hypnotic Pattern on the three fuckers right in front of me.
Suck it.
There we go. So let's do the important one, which is the one that's doing the effect first.
What? That would never have been my primary piece. Yeah, never.
That's wisdom save.
It is indeed.
Okay. Cool. So there's what's going to control water, right? Yeah. So +2. Well, that's only a 9. So then the waters go calm.
Okay.
Let me look at the other two. That is the other elemental and a Laneshi. All right.
It looks like it's two elementals and not the Laneshi seems to be safe.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
just the
elementals.
two
The other
elementals.
Laneshi's a coward.
Okay.
Yeah. I love you, art department.
You're welcome, I know.
Okay. They're going to fail too. So it's the two elementals. All right. They are incapacitated, staring at the pretty colors.
And then I will use my movement to swim to the other side of the elementals.
Nice.
How much movement you got?
40 swim. No. Well, I meant between the two ships behind. Yeah.
You're
And that'll be my turn.
All right.
Incapacitated.
So to be very clear, what you are seeing is beings of flesh and blood that have aspects of elemental water.
Oh, okay. I thought they were like more in the. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, I could see why because of the minis, but I just wanted to be clear what you're actually.
No, thank you.
didn't tell me I needed those. You told me I needed.
I said
those.
elemental humanoids.
Yeah,
All
I was thinking,
right,
like,
so
Suck it.
I was thinking like Genasi initially, but then they came across like this. So
yeah, they're basically very cool. All right, so we have the last Laneshi that hasn't been affected. So that was the one that was right by Kurgana, right?
No, that's the one that was over by asphalt.
Okay.
That's the one that has movement speed of like half at this point.
Because the one that was getting hit with the movement speed was the elemental one, not a Laneshi.
No, I think it was a never. Whatever. Just go.
So, all right, they'll swim over to try to get some more on asphalt.
Gonna have to get a net.
Oh, yep, they go and try to net an asphalt here.
No, I'm confused as to what the hell is getting hit.
That is a net 20.
Oh, yeah. I'm netted.
Okay. Very cool. So, has you in it and then pulls asphalt off their pillar and drags them for the movement that they have away as far as they can. Then the other Pinjayan is incapacitated. Tiny.
Okay. I don't know if you're gonna allow this or not, but I'm gonna pitch it anyway. So what I know about whirlpools is there's like a hole in there, right?
Yeah,
like
there's
a
no
hole.
whirlpool anymore.
Oh, it's gone.
Yep.
Yeah, he hypnotized the three of them.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So,
Whoops.
Good.
Can't retain concentration when you're incapacitated.
By the way, Matt, how
Okay.
many inspirations do we have? Because I see there's a couple, but I don't
I
know
have
the
a lot.
total because
There's
it's
at
hard to
least
see.
4 more. in
Yeah,
there.
1, 2, 3.
5. I think we have 5 left because only 1 was used.
Correct.
Okay, I just wasn't sure because some of it we don't get to. So 5. Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay.
And then there's
so
a
with-
healing boost.
So I'm going to
So what the first aid was.
Okay.
I'm going to I assume I can still see this guy. He's still within range of me.
He is. He's just incapacitated, so he'll cease being if you harm him.
Oh, the guy that like the far off guy?
No, that's the one that has asphalt.
The one you've been hitting is
The one with
incapacitated. The one with asphalt you've not been hitting.
No, that's the one he's been
That's what I have
hitting.
hit.
You kept on telling me the elemental.
No, I said
Oh.
not the elemental.
Go ahead and hit him.
Okay. Okay.
Because
All right,
I
so-
say that because I said the elemental moves in and does the 30 feet, and you said I hit him, therefore he doesn't have his full movement. So that is why I got confused.
He never moved on the map. That's what got confused.
It's
because
all
I
good.
was
It's just that that
asking who it
statement
was.
made me think it was the elemental because that was the element I was moving. So it's totally fine. But we'll go ahead.
All right. All right. I'm going to come out and I'm going to move up this time. I'll swim about I could go up to 40, but I think that's going to be too close. Where would 40 get me?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 34, 40. Right about here.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. I'll go there. All right. And I will then take aim at this guy and go ahead and take a shot. And miss with a 12.
Indeed.
And, oh, wait. Oh, okay. So the next one I'm going to use inspo. I'm going to use an inspo the next one. All right. So my second shot here is a 23.
Very good. That hits.
Good. So that will do 7 piercing, 3 force, and where's my d6? Oh, here. And 2 cold, and of course strength save.
Okay. So that will be a 15.
That meets it. All right. So with that, I will. Yeah, I'm going to get my bonus actions. No. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. That's so. He stays put, but his movement is slowed by 10 feet because of the longbow. Until my next turn.
Very cool. And then asphalt.
Okay. All right. So I'm restrained in here, right?
Yep.
Okay. I can still attack. It's just at disadvantage.
Indeed.
Okay. However, my armor gives me advantage on melee weapon attacks. If I'm attacking with cliffhanger, which is a melee weapon, obviously.
It does like disadvantage with fighting in water stack or something?
So do you have a swim speed or no?
No, I do not.
Okay, so you don't have disadvantage fighting in water because you have a swim speed.
No, I don't have a swim speed.
Oh, so okay, so you don't. Okay, so no, you only have disadvantage once.
Okay, so then I have disadvantage, but I also have advantage, so then I'm going to roll straight, and I'm going to swing at this Laneshi who has me by the net.
Let's go.
Okay. Mm, 15 to hit.
Now that hits.
Nice. Ugh. For 6 magical bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Bonus action, I will swing again.
All right.
God damn it. 11.
Okay, that will miss.
My god, that was like the worst series of rolls. Okay, that's it for me.
Bjorg.
All right. I'm going to have some fun now. I'm going to use my swim speed, and I'm going to start wrangling the 3 that are incapacitated. Basically, I'm going to circle them with the rope and pull them tight so that they're all tied together.
Nice. All right. So, okay. Interesting. All right. Give me a sleight of hand check.
$29.
Okay, so we're able to pull them together and get them tied. Those 2, right?
No, there's 3 right over there on the
But there's only 2 that were in the hypnotic pattern.
There were 3 in the hypnotic pattern.
Kurgana literally told me 2.
No, I said 3. You rolled. You said both of the elementals and the Laneshi made it, or say failed
you
it.
said it!
And then I said the Laneshi. You said not the Laneshi.
No, both one
I
that's
was so
further.
confused. All
There's
good.
one-
They failed it. All 3 wrapped up.
Y'all, I need to make him coffee.
Something's going on today.
Very good. They're all 3 tied up.
And that'll be my turn.
All right.
Didn't want to have to use bondage, but here we are.
Yeah.
You married him.
That's not what she's talking about. Kurgana.
I'm gonna swim underneath the boat to come up under like this fragment of boat. Can I get underneath it and get to the other person? I'm gonna make the attempt regardless. To try and swim underneath it.
Okay. Yep, looks good.
Everyone needs their brains washed out today.
There's no Laz here today. Sorry.
Oh, so you didn't use silk rope, I see.
22 and 24 to hit, Matt.
That hits.
So 7 and 13 non-lethal damage.
Okay. They are bloodied.
All right, and that will be my turn.
Okay, so... Okay, so then... They're going to go ahead and disengage and drag Asphalt 30 feet away.
How do you disengage while dragging someone? I call it.
That's how it works.
And they are slowed by 10. Just as a repeat on that.
Okay, cool.
So is that 20 they do then?
So it'd be 20, yeah. Very good. And so then they will strike Asphalt twice.
Sorry, my pale arms keep whatevering. Can't think of the name. Focusing.
Alright. So Asphalt, that is a 14 to hit.
Miss.
And a 23 to hit.
That one hits.
Very good.
Actually, I'm reading my so my armor, in my armor description, it says that part of it is that I can't benefit from a swim speed, but also in the fine print, it says I immediately sink to the bottom of bodies of water. So
okay. Well, they
I'm
got you in the
assuming-
net carrying you.
Okay, got it. So that doesn't affect that.
Yeah. So it would be.
Shenanigans.
It's just that you are like being dragged along the bottom of the water.
Okay.
So that's like dragging. But that is 3 piercing. And
Okie dokie.
we'll go to Tiny Tusk.
Tiny Tusk wants to try to get up on the other side of this guy.
So how much
she has
speed do you have?
40
40?
feet of swim speed. She doesn't want to get too close, maybe 10 feet, so she can still shoot him.
You're 15.
All right, perfect. So now she is going to pick up that long bow and say, "Get away from her, you son of a," and to just shoot the arrow. And that is an 18.
That hits.
All right, I'm gonna do something with this one. So I did that's gonna be 7 piercing, plus 4 force, plus 6 cold, and this time I am going to spend some maneuver points. So I'm going to spend 3 maneuver points to ask them to do a con save.
That is 19.
Ooh, that sucks. But they still have to do a strength save.
Does anyone else feel like Tiny goes, "Excuse me, will
That
you
is a fail.
Tiny?"
Yay! Okay, so they get knocked back 10 feet, and speed is slowed by 10 feet again.
Okay.
Until the
As
start
you
of my
see
next
that, there's a big hole. You have killed him.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I used to hate the water, and so I'm gonna just ask before I do my follow-up action.
Everyone else just tried not to kill anyone. Tiny's
Okay,
like, screw
that's
you.
what I was asking. That's kind of what I'm asking. I wanted to know if I was supposed to shoot these people. It sounds like I'm not, so I will hold action, and I will just move. Well, I can't move, but I will just wave at Asphalt.
Yeah, I mean, the other are incapacitated, so yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay, that's my turn.
All right. And with that, we are at the end of the session. We'll come back to this next week.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you all for the support. We will use it in the
Yeah.
future.
Indeed.